Welcome to the Tabletop Sports Network. I'm your host, Rob, and I'm joined by Mr. James Powell. Hi, James. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks very much. We're dancing. We're still getting used to the stand-up desk. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I think so.
We've got to move around.
I get a waddle every time people see me all day.
Well, it's nice to see you got your merch right.
Yeah, I'm in other merch.
Okay, all right, perfect.
True to form. Selling on stream.
So, listen, everyone. Sorry we're a bit late today. Apologies. As always, first day in. Yeah, not doing too bad.
It's our first day.
It's our first day. It's the very first Super Series. I actually can't believe, James, that we're here.
No, mate.
You had a good question before we went off air. What was it?
Is it even a sport?
Great question. Well, I think it's a sport. It feels like a sport, at least. There are 4 great teams here. We're about to go into the pairings in a few moments. In fact, we're going to do the pairings. So, just to give you a recap, there's 2 teams of 4 people playing. 2 teams of 4. The Bruces and the Troll Slayers.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. They're going to go through a pairing process. So they're going to put different cards down. They're going to start with attackers. No, that's wrong. They're going to start with defenders.
Yep.
By the way, me and James are a social bubble. Just like everyone to know that.
There you go.
It's actually my only friend.
Somehow.
So they're going to start with defenders. So defenders are going to go down first, and then 2 lots of attackers are going to go down. But they'll put the defenders down, they'll reveal them, then they'll put the attackers down, and then they'll go straight to the tables. The important point to remember as well is the Bruces are defending the heavy board, and the Troll Slayers are defending the light board. Now, when you see the terrain, you'll see that there's a stark difference between the heavy board and the light board. We've got different types of terrain, which we'll talk about when we get there.
Yep.
Passable and impassable. But it's going to be, it'll be fun when you see it.
I think it makes more sense when you see it, right?
Yeah, it makes, yeah.
Also, that was a very complicated explanation for why it's a sport. And Queekster in the chat just said, if chess is a sport, this is a sport. So next time I ask,
I'm going to say
there
that.
There you go, there's your line.
I'm going to say that. And you guys, as tSports fans, because you are now officially tSports fans, I don't know if anyone wants to get their stickers. I actually don't think we're selling those there, just for me.
So
no, you can't have them. Not allowed.
Okay, well, not those ones, but there are some.
Right, so Twitch chat, thanks for joining us. Big question is, James, who are you rooting for? Are we meant to be impartial commentators?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, because we're the first sports commentators for Warhammer.
Yeah.
So, like,
You can't have a team. They're not from places. Oh, they are. If I was from Plymouth, it'd have to be a Troll Slayer, but I'm not.
Oh, okay, you're not one.
And the Bruces are just a medley of anyway, I think, right? So I don't think I have any allegiance.
The Bruces look like what I imagine either a colonizer ship or one of the prison ships going to Australia looks like. That's how I envision them.
But well dressed today.
But yeah, very well dressed today. They look amazing, and it's nice to see both the teams really getting involved. They're all wearing masks. They're all sorted. Like it's super safe. So we're really, really confident about that. Very excited to see these matches as they go forward. There's so much to unpack. I'm very excited that you guys are here, so thank you very much. We've got a cool team. Nikos and Matt are our table bosses. They'll be providing us with information. We've got Scrivo in the booth and Tom, so they're all doing wonderful work. So there we go. Anyone? I've been to Plymouth. 100% no trolls. They must be good at their job.
That's fair. They hide under the big bridge. You won't see them easy.
All right. So I think we can go to the pairings table. I think we can go to the parents' table in a moment, and you guys should be able to get into the pairings. So there they are. That isn't a digital overlay. We made a mat. Oh no!
It's not like it's 2020. It's not in 2021 yet. It's not a good year, really, is it? I mean,
so Bruce's are going to be red. Yeah, so Bruce's are red, and Troll Slayers are blue. So this is really important. So the first cards you're going to see go down are going to be secret. They're going to be the defenders.
Yep.
So red are defending the heavy board, and blue are defending the light board. Okay. Let's see how it goes. I'm too nervous to even say who I think is going to go in.
Oh,
blue. So
Cards guard.
Troll Slayers.
Cards guard.
I think 2 Seraphon lists are going in. 2 Seraphon lists are going in.
do you think? I don't know. I feel like Oh!
Uruks and Seraphon. I called one at least. I mean,
There
that's
you
an
go.
easy go. So that means James Hobbs is in for Seraphon.
Yep.
So he's defending, and this is important, he's defending the light board.
Okay.
So his Realm Shaper engine is going to
He's
be able to
going
go down. Yeah, that's going to be important for that faction terrain. The Uruks, though, are into the heavy board, and that makes loads of sense because they have got the teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can move around all that dense terrain, and they'll be able to like capitalize on that. So that's a really big one. Oh, okay. So now these are the attackers. So these cards that go in, they're called the attackers. So now again, they're in secret. So when these are revealed, there we go.
Oh, I like the difference in the.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, that's really nice. So as you can see, they've realised they messed it up a bit. First time out, doing great. There we go. So the blue are attacking there. Yeah, so they put OC and they put Daughters of Cain in against Seraphon. Oh wait, Seraphon went in as well. No, they've messed that up.
Yeah, they've messed that
They've
up.
messed that up. They've messed that up. They've moved their
need
Uruks
to
wrong.
swap.
Or the Orc needs to swap back to it's not to Seraphon. Oh dear.
It's all right. It's early. They're not awake yet.
We got it. That's the important part. We got it.
So what's the first pairing?
So it was. There we go. Now they've got it. Right. So Daughters of Cain and OC Bone Reapers into Uruks. That's what we've got here. Yeah. And so what's going to happen is the Uruks get to choose.
table
I
one
personally
is
think that
Uruks.
they are going to choose OCRs because OCRs don't have that output.
Yeah, and also they should be able
And it's going
to
to be
outmass them.
against
Yeah.
one of those two, and for
And then the Seraphon
the
gets to choose
light
between
table,
Slaves to Darkness
so table 4
or Seraphon.
is
I'm
it
shouting for the
James
Seraphon
Hobbs?
mirror match.
Yeah,
This early.
and also, who wants to fight Be'lakor?
No, well, that's it.
There's a croak that doesn't want to fight a Be'lakor. Oh,
Yeah, so
There
the
we
matchup
go.
we called. Now I'm rooting. So Be'lakor is the Be'lakor list, the Slaves to Darkness list, is
Yep.
the anti-Seraphon
Yep.
list. Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
Blood
not
Tickle.
going to choose that. But that means James has got to go up against Darren Watson in the
There we
Seraphon
go.
mirror match. Oh, here we go.
Go Trek versus King.
Yeah. So then you got Ideneth versus Daughters of Cain and Ideneth versus Slaves to Darkness. Those are your tables.
There we go.
Those are your tables.
Do you
So
want to go stand next to the
so
actually where they're
that's
going?
gonna be the matchup,
Yep.
and pretty fun. What does everyone think? Can hear the table boss audio if that's supposed to be here? It is not meant to be here.
John Scrivens, mute yourself.
All right.
We can hear John mumbling. I like the idea. That's fine. We all love John.
Come on, let's do some sportscasting. Let's get in. A bit of Brotmeyer. I'm going to start drinking whiskey in a minute. Right, okay. So let's talk about the matchups that we saw there. I think that realistically, the Troll Slayers ended up in an okay place. Bruce's did really well with
Yep.
the set with the Uruks
Yep.
going into the
OBR.
OC Bone Reapers, because I don't think you got that big block of 30 Uruks.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got 2 wounds each for 4 up save, 60 wounds. Can those Death Riders go through them? Don't have Rend. Don't think so. Can Arcan go through them? Maybe. Not forgetting that 30 block. Once it dies, if it rolls a 4+, all 30 are coming back. Tune in for that. 30 Uruk boys just growing out the ground. It's
And mushrooms.
yeah.
They're all mushrooms.
It's going to be pretty fun. And then, so Callum, lovely. So that's that matchup, and I think that goes into Bruce's favour. That's on the heavy board. We'll be playing focal points for you guys to know. So that's the
Yep.
matchup that we'll be playing. And then the next matchup, the Seraphon Mirror. I'm actually really excited about this. I think that this is really good because Gottrek's in that list.
Yep.
is he good into the skinks? Now the skinks are good into Gotrek because the way to kill Gotrek is just
80 dice.
80 dice and then 80 more dice and just drown him. Just drown him in dice. Is that going to happen? We'll see, because actually Darren's list is a lower drop.
Yeah.
Lower drop, so he'll get the choice to go first. And then he'll get to decide, and then he's got some pretty big output. Just runs the skinks forward, shoots everything. But Hobbsy's got. You play with James Hobbs a lot. What do you think of him as a player?
Yeah, I think, and he's been playing loads, like as much as physically possible at the moment to kind of refine that list. He's a proper math hammer player, so like that list will be mathed to an inch of its life.
Yeah.
Like the damage output from that list is probably as high mathematically as it possibly can be.
Yep. He said that he's very excited about putting 120 melee skink attacks out.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So the skink stegodon on Chief. I'll get that right.
One day we'll get that right.
We'll get that right. So the skink stegodon
the guy on the
Chief.
Triceratops.
Yeah. just dancing, fight them harder. Yeah. So he is gonna give +1 attack to those 40 skinks. Those 40 skinks then are gonna end up with 2 attacks each in shooting, 3 attacks each in combat.
Yep.
They can be blessed, so they do any 6s to wound and mortal wound.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, they'll go through most things.
Yeah.
And probably Gotrek.
Yeah.
like butter.
Yeah. So then the other matchups, you've got the 2 Idneth matchups. So you've got the Idneth Deepkin going into Slaves to Darkness, which is an interesting pick, and I feel like Idneth have that because I'm not necessarily certain that that they can. That there's enough board control in the Slaves to Darkness list to protect those Idneth Deepkin.
Yeah, and I think obviously Be'lakor has his ability, but I don't think against that Idneth list it's useful enough to shut a scary enough.
Well,
thing
he
down.
could shut Volty down. That's the big one.
Yeah.
So Volturnus, High King of the Sea. Yeah, I mean, whatever at this stage. Yeah, but you all know how I feel about Volty. Not great. However, Volty is gonna turn 3. So this is every eel player. They're like this. They're like, no, I'm gonna take my turn. They're like, all right, sweet, mate, yeah, no problem. Turn 2, they're like, I'm gonna take my turn. They're like, yeah, no problem, mate. I'm all good. Turn 3, it's like, oh, I'm gonna play now. And the reason for that is because on turn 3, the Idneth Deepkin, all their army strikes first. Their whole army, for not just their turn, both player turns, always strikes first the whole turn. And then what they do is they save all their command points, and Volturnus is like, everyone gets extra attacks. And then they just spam attacks, and they had with like +5 attacks, and the whole army strikes first, and you just like, why am I here? Is really how it goes. So that'll be fun to watch. Happened twice. 3 times today.
Yep. Well, or maybe 6.
Maybe no, it happened 6 times.
Games.
Yeah, it happened 6
so
times.
unless they play each other, and then we're just going to be going, cool. Someone strikes first for half of the round, and someone the next.
Yeah.
If anything's still alive.
So where the players are playing is going to be interesting as well. So we have, thanks to our terrain team, we've designed 4 places.
Yeah.
So we'll be playing boards. So table 1 is the dense terrain, as you'll see. But table 1's actually
the Caverns of Gasmore.
Yeah, the Caverns of Gasmore. The Caverns of Gasmore is a place when the Necroquake happened.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. We're going narrative in our competitive event. When the Necroquake happened, it opened up a chasm, and inside there was a tomb, and that is the Caverns of Gasmore. What did we decide that they were looking for in there? There was something.
A shade glass.
Yeah, apparently it's full of shade glass, so that's why people are fighting.
Can't remember why people want shade glass, but we know they do. If you know, you can tell us. Don't like that game.
Yeah. And then on table 2, there is our waterboard where we're hoping the eels aren't even playing. They've been paired into boards 3 and 4.
Shame.
I know, shame. So table 2 is Lotan's Ossuary. I think I nailed that.
Okay.
Where a wizard trapped a sea monster. Yeah, who then somehow kept the water with him.
Yep.
And then wrecked some shipwrecks, and then you can walk on top of it somehow. It's Age of Sigmar. Doesn't really make any sense.
Walking on water.
Yeah, just.
I mean, the Idneth bring the water with them.
Yeah.
The monsters holding the water together.
Yeah, you're okay with that, right? Eel's mirror is whoever turns it does is their all attacks first. Yeah, that's right. He's got that. And so that's the second board. And then the third board is the Erstwood.
Yep.
Now, I'd like to tell you about the narrative, but it's actually 4 to 5 books long.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thanks, thanks, Benjamin. Love you loads. So it's wonderful. I'll put it like this: it's a spooky wood. More on that later.
Yeah, you'll see. It's really pretty.
Yeah, there will be videos made and stories and all sorts of things. And I want you guys to get emotionally invested in the settings as well. So like they're battling in the Erstwood. Oh, that's cool. Who's going to win near the Hangman's Noose? Yep. Yeah, I think that's my favourite bit.
The Hangman's Noose.
Yeah. And then on the fourth board, the Amber Plains, our destruction board, there is it's a Uruk village that's been kind of like wasting away. Didn't we decide that they were like looking for bones?
Bone splitters.
Yeah.
Go there to sharpen their weapons on amber. I believe was our beginning bit of narrative.
Yeah, that would.
But I think I think the exciting bit is as we play, or not us, but they play, a narrative builds, right?
Yeah, we create narrative. So you Twitch guys and us, we're going to build some narrative, because the key part about Warhammer is, as much as those guys are competing like chess, yeah, there's some actual story behind it, which is cool, and hopefully there's stories from the players. Yeah, there's stories from the players, and then there's stories from you guys. So if you've got any jokes, please bang them in the chat.
I was just enjoying it in the chat.
Yeah.
Once lost in the miasma of the realm of shadow, the Erstwood is beginning to stir.
That's how I felt this morning,
Yeah, there
actually,
you go.
when I was having a shower.
Benjamin Sava
Yeah.
is in the chat.
So I'm not certain if we've got if our overlays are done yet and we're ready to jump on. So there's a bit of prep we have to do, like to get everything rolling. That's not you. That's not on you guys. That's on us. Maybe we're on table 1. If we are, I'd love to go to table 1. If not, our table boss is going to tell us that's not okay. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. So this is the Caverns of Gasmore. That's where we are, and there's loads to talk about here. So we can. This is the first time I can start talking about terrain. Yeah. So as you can see, these giant structures here, and I'm going to circle them out for you. These are all impassable, and these little columns here, they're also impassable. So what that means is everything you can see there, you can't land on it, you can't run up it. If you're infantry, you've got to move around it. That's really important. Whereas everything that's red, you can walk across and you can gain cover, which is what it is. So this means that, because you can do some really weird stuff, James. You can end up with eels halfway up a building. You can have an infantryman run halfway up. It just looks really odd. So instead, we've changed that up, and that's the situation we're in. So now you're not going to be able to do that, and you've got to move around it. So if you look here, Speckles has put down his piece of OBR terrain.
Yep.
And in this situation, he's going to, if he wants his Mortec, which don't fly, he's going to have to move through here. He's going to have to move through here and through there. And he can move through this way as well. But he won't be able to land any big bits. The important part here is the Maw Crusher. Yep. So the Maw Crusher's got a really big base, and the Maw Crusher might not be able to land in certain places. Yeah. You can show that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Thank you. So there we go. So there's the deployment zones. Almost nailed it. Almost
there
nailed
you
it.
go.
There we go. So yeah, there's the deployment zones. So Speckles is going to be, I think, is at the bottom, and then Andy's going to be at the top. So what do you think about this matchup? The lists are all available on the tSportsNetwork.com if you guys want to look at them, but you can also type !list in the chat. So how do you feel about the Uruks, James?
I think it'll be really interesting. I think OBR's like, they're super strong and they don't die, do they? But they just don't ever have any bodies.
No.
And Speckles has brought 3 heroes.
He has
2 very costly heroes.
Very costly heroes. I think he spent 1,100 points on heroes.
Okay.
Roughly. So he's got Catacross, he's got Xantos, which is a special Liege Cavalos. I think he's an Arch Cavalos, actually. He's above a Liege Cavalos.
That's important.
Right. It is important. It is important, right? And then, because he's rocking around with Catacross at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then you've got the wonderful and the terrifying Arcan the Black. A bit of a Speckles favourite, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who used to curse of years things, which would be scarier, but now not so good.
Not at all. Okay. Let's jump over to table 2 and let's just take a quick look at how we're going there. Joe Boom, I love Speckles, but I give him a 5% chance. So here we are. This is Lotan's Ossuary. As you can see, so designed, looks really good. Don't forget a magician's keeping all the water down.
Oh, look, and some extra boats are on the table.
The boats are on the table. Yeah, oh no, they did get paired in, actually.
There you go.
That makes sense. Okay, so there's the boats on the board. And again, focal points for everyone.
Yep.
Should we talk through focal points?
Yeah.
So focal points is 2 in the centre. Today. And yeah, just looks cool, right? And
Yeah.
so in this situation, we've got Chris with his with his Slaves to Darkness versus Ethan with his Ideneth Deepkin. No, that's
No.
right.
This is the Ideneth Deepkin versus Daughters of Cain.
Oh yes, sorry, thank you. Wrong My Hill, brother.
That's
Wrong
okay.
My Hill.
It's
Yeah.
all right. They're all my hills. It just gets confusing. Yeah, so I think it'll be an interesting one, right? Because Daughters of Cain predominantly don't like to die.
They don't. So you're normally thinking of not Calibron. Yeah, you're thinking of Hagnar.
Yeah.
And in this situation, this isn't Hagnar, this is Calibron. So
Okay.
Calibron is the teleporting Daughters of Cain. Chris is running an MSU eel build, so he's got 7 units of 3 eels. It's going to be quite important where they go, and we've seen this played several times by the Ideneth army actually on the stream at other events. It's one they generally do quite well at, but what they normally do is they'll put like 3 eels here, and then they'll die, and then they'll run another 3 eels here, and then they'll kill a character here, and then they'll bring another 3 in. It's just all over the board. There's also Celestant Prime as well, which is going to drop on the board.
Yeah.
That's the important part here. What Ethan wants to do, he's going to want to protect Marathi.
Yep.
Yeah, but Marathi's really useful in this because, maybe not. Marathi basically will always trade with those 3 eels
Yep.
all the time, so they'll end up trading off, and Marathi will die by the end of turn 2 or 3. But she's terrifying. She's big. They can't do any early damage to her when she's in baby form. They can teleport. But Ethan's got nowhere to really teleport Marathi to because there'll be nothing on the board. So, yeah. So in our situation, all of our objectives, terrain has to be 3 inches away from each other. That's how it's set up. Yeah. And 3 inches from the center objectives. So then let's go to the Erstwood. I think people are excited about seeing the Erstwood. So there we go. There's the Erstwood there. There's loads to pick out. Maybe can we get one of the fancier shots on the Erstwood? So we've got Dan Arnold with his Ideneth Deepkin and his big blocks up against Rick with his Slaves to Darkness. So you've got Ideneth Deepkin versus Slaves to Darkness. And again, Be'lakor not really useful here, but those 10 Chaos Knights are going to be really important.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They can be.
Yeah. Okay.
I still just think Chaos Knights in that book are still a little bit sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, they can be. But I think realistically, there's not enough attacks on those Chaos Knights to make them terrifying.
No, so they're not. They're really built out to be grindy.
Yeah.
The whole point of them is to get a rerollable save. They've got 5 up against mortal wounds.
Yep.
And then to make it so that any 6s to hit them are going to cause a mortal wound back.
Yep.
So they basically stand there, they take loads of hits, and then every time you hit them on a 6 to hit back, you take a mortal wound.
Yep.
That's their job. They're going to be there as a big plank in the way of absolutely everything. But whether or not that's enough output to deal with 6 eels, which will just go through them like butter, I don't think so.
They're quite an expensive plank as well. If you're going to buy a plank of wood, they're quite an expensive one.
Yeah.
If you compare them to 10 skinks for 60 points.
That's true. That's true. So then jumping over onto table 4, if in a minute, or not table 4, sorry, the Amber Plain. So this is the lightest terrain. So as you can see, there's not tons of terrain there in this situation. And as you can see, James has already started to deploy versus Darren. Oh my God, it's the Seraphon mirror match, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we're looking at. So as you can see here, we start to see some lines of skinks and some lines of skinks looking for the mirror. Is Croak already down, table boss? That's the real question in this that we need answering. We'll find out. No. Croak went down. Wow, Croak went down second.
Do you know why that is? Because it's Darren, so Gotrek's going to go last because he loves him.
He does, but that's a big play.
Yeah.
Right. That's a big play. And the reason I think that this is really interesting is because he's been bold here, and he's put out the big playing piece.
Yep.
He's been like, here's Croak. But he hasn't put a lot of points into Croak. He's got the Bellwind Vortex,
Yep.
like everyone does. He's got Cogs, but he doesn't have the Astaroth Banner Bearer to follow up. So normally you see Astaroth Banner Bearer next to him babysitting, goes on a Bellwind, and he projects power just doing mortal
For
wounds. Everywhere he can. But he's not going to do that today because he hasn't got the Astaroth Banner Bearer. However, James does have the Astaroth Banner Bearer. He's also got these Pterodons.
Yep.
And he's also got his Skink Chief here on Stegodon, as you wanted. And look at that. You look 3 little Razordons.
Terrifying Razordons.
Terrifying Razordons.
Charge you, shoot, get charged, shoot, shoot in a shooting phase.
Shoot, charge, shoot.
Just shoot. All the time. What phase is it? I'm not sure, but my Razordons are shooting.
However, we have heard also from our table boss that Gotrek is also down.
Oh.
Yeah, he is in the middle right here.
Such a little lad.
Yeah, right there. So we'll see how this deployment carries on. Jump over to table 1 and we'll see if that is back up and see where we're ended. Okay, Speckles has started to deploy now, and so has Andy. As you can see, Speckles, More Crusher's just gone down, so this is going to be a big piece.
Big lad.
Should we talk about some of the key units in this army? So that More Crusher is pretty much the most important part, other than the 30 Uruk Ard boys.
Yep.
It's kind of basically how this entire army works. There's going to be two War Chanters. So there's one right here at the back of the board. Yeah, he's going to be like, oh, get them, lads. You get them, fellas. And then the other Uruks. Now, the thing about this list that's amazing is this Mega Boss can auto-cast.
Okay.
He can auto-cast Big Green Hand Gork. And so he's going to take those 30 boys and he's going to just go, whoop. And he's going to give him damage too. And then he's going to be like, you can fight me if you want. And then if you eventually kill him, he'll be like, I'm going to roll a 4 up and then get 30 back. But the whole time, these 10 will be scoring.
Yep.
This Mega Boss might be here scoring. These will be scoring. And so he's just going to net him in. It's a
shame, though, because that Mega Boss and Maw Crusher probably just wants to fight.
Oh yeah, I mean he might jump in, he might go in all the way, but that's personally what I would get. And Andy gets.
But the sensible option's here, right? Because it's an objective game at heart.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
But that orc just wants to fight.
Pardon me?
That orc just wants to fight. What's he? There's some shade glass in there.
there is some shade glass in there. And also because we're playing focal points, the Maw Crusher. So they changed focal points in the GHB 2020. So if the Maw Crusher is within 6 inches of any of the objectives, and not forget that the objectives, so then he's going to get. You're going to get a bonus victory point for scoring. So if he sticks him here in between and gets him involved in the fight, or there, he could be racking up sometimes 2 extra victory points per turn. On focal points, which is quite interesting because some of the other players don't have monsters. Yeah, but Speckles does. Oh, it's looking like
in the cagiest deployment ever seen.
One more time, please, boss. Oh, so we've just heard Speckles has finished deploying first. He gets the choice. Is that right? Andy had a battalion. Speckles also had the battalion. He had the Kavalos Deathlance. Okay, which means he's going to be able to activate his charging wedge ability for free once per turn. I don't think that's enough output
to get through 30 hour boys.
No, 60 wounds with a 4-up save. 60 wounds.
It's all right. Catacross will get him. That's what Speckles would say if he was here.
Yeah,
it's all right. Catacross will get him.
So unfortunately, and then Arcan is the only behemoth that is available for Speckles in this situation. So that means he's the only one that can score those bonus points here as well. It's an interesting match, and I feel like Andy's going to take it. When we do come back to this match, expect to see Andy having thrown those across the board. I wonder if Speckles is going to give him the turn. I should tell him not to, but we'll see. We'll find out. Table boss, has he made a decision yet? That's the real question.
Oh, look! I wonder where those art boys are going. I mean, that's a weird deployment. Oh wait, no, they'll just teleport in about half a second of a turn. Owen reckons definite. Speckles is going first. There we go.
Speckles is going. That's the right decision. Because if he didn't, then he would just get boxed in.
Yep.
Yeah. So now he needs to just move stuff out. Okay, so there he is generating his RDP. We'll come back to that game in a minute,
Yep.
and we'll find out where he's moved to and what he's done. He doesn't have any first turn threat, so let's go to table 2 and see what's happening in Lotan's Osuwari. Have I got that right?
Osuri?
Yeah.
Osuri?
I tell you what, I'm Osuri serious about this game. So table 2, it looks like we're still deploying. Here we go. So those Daughters of Cain are circling here. So that's that unit of 30 Sisters of Slaughter.
Cool.
Yeah, piling 6 inches. Now, Ethan, I think, is against it in this match. Like, he really is. He really is. Eels are... The problem is you build lists to know that you're playing eels, or you just hope to dodge them.
Yeah.
That's basically. I sometimes picture myself when I'm writing Warhammer lists like a 14th century mariner. You know, I'm like, I know there are sea monsters out there, but hopefully I'll just avoid them.
There's a kraken in that water. Hopefully it doesn't come anywhere near me. And what no one actually knows is there was no kraken. It didn't exist.
Nope.
It was just hundreds of eel tentacles flapping around. No one lived to tell anyone.
No one did, exactly. It was just dozens and dozens of eels. I really enjoy seeing the whole community in the chat. Thank you for being here, enjoying this game of Warhammer. Let us know if there's any tables you want to see or stuff that you want to know. So behind them, James, this big brick, this counterpunch of Blood Sisters. Now the Blood Sisters are quite important because they've only got 5 up save, 2 wounds each, but they are deadly. They're a glass cannon, but they're not the glass cannon that the eels are. But he's going to want to trade off quite heavily. So if you can see, he's put his wound sink of the Sisters of Slaughter in there, and he is going to punch into the center and then hopefully counter punch with the Blood Sisters. But Chris has to commit with those eels, and he's got 7 units of 3. Like I said, he's got the Achillean King and he's got the Prime. I mean, the Prime could come down, start dropping some stuff. But let's talk about my favorite. I love 2 things. 1, I hate playing games against Daughters of Cain. Number 2, I love commentating games where I get to watch Marathi, because if you play Marathi, you're like, this sucks. Yeah. If you watch her play, you're like, that's pretty cool.
I still like playing her.
You like playing with her or against her?
Both.
No way. Why?
I still think, and I say this all the time, I still think she's one of the most interesting models, components, or rule sets in the whole game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like what she does. She's unique, right?
Yeah.
It's like a bit like Gottfried.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So impassable on this board, just for everyone to see here. This is impassable here. This is impassable here. This is both. So this is passable. This is passable. Basically, are the ones. So blue are the passable ones on the board for you guys. In the future, we'll have that set up, so it's a bit neater for you to see. But for today, that's what you get in, and you're living with it.
Yeah,
That's fine. Okay, who are you guys rooting for here? I actually think that this is a tough one for Ethan, but Chris has to play this really, really well.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, isn't it? Because 3 eels isn't going to kill either of those blocks of 30.
Yeah. 3 eels could.
And some good dice rolling.
Yeah. I mean, it could happen by turn 3. Don't forget. So anyway, we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll
if I'm
find
wrong,
out.
we'll find out.
So do we know who's? It looks like everyone's deployed now. So we wonder who's got the kickoff on this. So the decision should be, I think it's Ethan's in this situation. Table boss, could we just get an update on that, please? Oh, they're deciding. Who gets the choice though? Who's deciding? That's the real question for everyone at home. Ethan's got the choice. Give the turn away.
Let those eels come forward. Or sit still.
Yeah,
because they're probably going to do that until turn 3.
And then give the turn away again. But they are just going to sit still till turn 3. Ooh, what would you do? What would you do if you had the choice here? You're playing the Daughters of Cain list. You got Big Marathi. Now I don't think. So he might just bring the Prime down somewhere. Just 24-inch shot. He's chosen to go first. Oh, okay. So we're going to jump over to the Amber Plains on table 4.
Yep.
So this is the light board. This is the Seraphon mirror match, and we've just heard who's decided to go first. We'll find out again from our table boss.
Yeah,
Darren.
Darren's going first because he got the choice because he was James's like 13 drops, I think.
Okay, so let me 12 to 9. So 12 drops to 9 drops is what we're seeing. So Darren has taken the turn. So let's look at what he's got here. He's got these 2 blocks of 40 skinks. He's got Gotrek right in the middle like
Who's
a
no
legend.
bigger than a single skink.
No bigger at all. And then what he's going to do, so this is really important, he is going to make these guys move up. He can make 1 unit run and charge, but he has to roll that 3 up. Actually, Table Boss, can you stay with us and we'll find out if he rolls that 3 up, because that's super clutch. If he doesn't roll the 3 up, then that unit of skinks can't run and charge. If they can't run and charge, then they've got 16-inch shooting, which is really important. You guys should see some dice being rolled in our dice tray. Okay, so he's just generated 3 additional CP, so we're not going to find out now.
Yeah.
That's that 3 up that's important for the player.
Yeah. Because otherwise those skinks are now just going to hobble forward.
Well, I mean, they're still pretty fast. Like 18-inch, they got an 8-inch move and they do 16-inch shooting. But what he really wants...
Amazing, isn't it? How can you blow that hard? 16 inches is further than a bow.
I hadn't really ever thought about that.
The lungs on them tiny guys.
I know, right? They do a lot of cardio, right? This is... and also they're in Fangs of Sotek.
Yep.
So they're going to get an extra 3-inch move on turn 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you again for that. So an extra little move. There we go. Now we've got the PTZs working. Look at that. So there's Croak right in the middle. So this is James Hobbs's Croak. So as you can see, the Saurus Guard, another 100 points spent. Ashloth Bannerbearer. So this is the additional... So they're there just looking to protect and save Croak.
They just keep him alive.
They just keep him alive. That's what we're seeing there. Looks pretty and all. I can't wait to see Gotrek amongst them skinks. Come on, lads.
Come on, lads. Follow me. I'll show you how to hit them.
So anyway, 11-inch move because he's in Fangs of Sotek. If he gets the runoff, then he can use one of them CPs.
Yep.
And so now he's going 9 plus 8. So he's going 17 inches forward and then shooting 16. And then he's just going to look to just blammo the other threat. Do you know what the other threat is? Skinks.
How many skinks can threaten skinks?
So they're going to go forward. And then what he's basically... Okay, so he's got +1 to cast. So you're basically just doing all of the... Have you ever done a hero phase against Seraphon?
Yeah, I went and had a nap.
It takes
Literally, I think you can literally leave for half an hour. Luckily, it was in my house. I was like, cool, so I'll sit and we'll carry on in 10 minutes. It was probably against James.
That's nice.
So I hope we got Darren a chair.
Yeah. Now, I'm just wondering to know if this prayer goes off, because that's going to be really important. Because I think some of these skink lines here are bait. Those Razordons have got a lot of shots here that they can put in, which is...
So what I've just realised, which is quite interesting, is normally Croak's spellcasting is horrifically like... You can roll a 4 and everything still casts.
Yes.
Against Croak, who's dispelling...
At the same. In fact, actually, James has got magic dominance because he's actually got the Ashloth Bannerbearer, and so he should be like
+1.
Yeah, +1 generally. Table Boss, did we hear about the roll? Sorry. He got the prayer. Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge. That's clear. Oh, he's also got cogs off. And he's cast Chronomantic Cogs. Not forget that these guys can just dispel board wide, cast board wide. So that means he's also sped up time.
Yeah.
So now the skinks are bonkers fast.
+2 everything.
Yeah. And he's gonna prey on them so that they get plus. So any mortals, any 6s to wound are gonna do mortals, and he's gonna throw them forward. They are. This is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it can go on either set because he's got 2, right?
Yeah. So let's move over let's go back to table 3 because we haven't actually looked at that yet since we started out. So jumping over to table 3.
Oh.
We haven't seen the game start yet, I'm pretty certain.
No, it's still deploying.
Still deploying. Okay. So the Idneth is still deploying. So Rick has actually, because it's a 3-drop list, everything's already down. Yeah? Are you okay?
Yeah, just that. It's just, I've come with 3 drops. Those poor eels. Sad.
Just keep putting them out.
They've come to their home. They've come to the water. They turned up in force.
They are punching. So this is an interesting list, as you can see. So the Chaos War Shrine's here.
Great model.
Oh, okay. We're gonna. One more time. Oh, okay. So we just if we're looking on this, but we'll find some more information out. Okay, so the Eels here
Yep.
are looking to screen out Rick, deciding whether or not he gets to go first in this matchup.
Yeah.
What do you think? So he's got the 5 knights here, the block of 10, and the Chaos War Shrine. It's actually quite important. If we can get the top down again for a minute, although that looks great, big shout out to the Earthwood. I'd like to see more of that in the future. As you can see here, look at that. 10 knights, but you have to get your measurements really good because your War Shrine does all your buffs.
Yeah.
So you want to choose. And your Chaos Sorcerer Lord is also really important because he's going to do ocular visions.
I'm guessing his.
That's the Karkadrak.
So here next to him.
That's
I'm
the
guessing is
yeah
the-
yeah. That's the Chaos Sorcerer
Yeah.
Lord. So these 10 Chaos Knights. These are Marauder Horsemen screened at the back. So the 10 Chaos Knights are gonna, I think, go here and just be like, hit me. It's very Sineshi. They can be like, but they're Nurgle. But they're like, hit me, daddy. Like, just all day long. That's what they're going to do.
They're in the wrong. They chose the wrong god.
Pardon me?
They chose the wrong god. If you're a Chaos Knight, maybe you should only be Slanesh. All I want to do is be hit.
All day long. So he's got 20. So he's got 10 Chaos Knights. That's 30 wounds with a rerollable save thing. No mortals on a 5+. They're going to be here, in my opinion. And any 6s, when you hit them, any 6s are going to cause you a mortal
bouncing
win back. But the Eels don't have like a lot of attacks.
Yep.
So we've just found out. Have we found out who Bellacor's affected? Table boss. Oh, so there's a block of 6 Eels and they've been Bellacored. But that's a secret that only us slot know. So let's keep that a secret.
Okay.
Because they don't know that yet. Yeah, so we'll keep that between us, which is nice. Okay. All right. Next up. Well, not next up. We'll stay there for a moment. Maybe we can get the PTZ looking at some of this nice board because, as you can see, Rick has deployed most of his force near the Hangman's Noose.
Which is your favourite,
I
right?
think it's my favourite. I
You
think.
think?
Well, I like it a lot. I think it looks really good. There's a beautiful board there. So this is impassable. So this is actually really important. So these knights here, they're not going to be able to get in, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
they've got a long walk.
They've got to go there, or they have to go there. So that's actually important. These knights here also are going to have to snake around. Even this situation, this is impassable as well. So there's a lot. The Eels have got a real big advantage. Maybe it's the pack that's caused the Eels' choice because they can just fly over stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you see them everywhere all the time.
That's also true. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think anyone's stopping anyone buying Eels.
Okay. So we're going to jump back to the caverns of Gasmore. Yeah, the runes of death. Yeah, Speckles, as you can see, has zoned out here.
Speckles went first, right?
Yeah, Speckles went first. He's zoned out. He's had his turn. Yeah.
Oh, he put some knights in the middle.
He put some knights in the middle to score, and then he's bricked out here with his 10 Death Riders. And Andy has now enacted the plan. We're going to see Andy enact this 3 times today. Yeah. So he has enacted the plan, and he is off. And that's 30 Uriard boys in a circle looking to punch in. So Catacross
Is in the middle, is he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Catacross
there he
is
is.
there. There we go. Perfect. Thank you very much, Table Boss. So they are. So they also got important point. So in the hero phase, we also heard the green puke went off.
Yep.
And the green puke, what that's done is it means that they now are going to get to move an extra D6 after they teleport. And because they're Iron Jaws, they get +1 to charge. Because they're Ard Boys, they get +2 to charge because of the drummer. And because they're Blood Tooths, it's an additional +1 to charge. So it's a +4 to charge in there. Plus a D6 now.
Cool.
So it's a D6, then 2D6 +4 to make that charge. So while it looks like they're here, as my friend Nathan will say, it really could be here. Yeah. But what he hasn't done is netted the board, which is what I thought he would do. I thought that what he would end up doing, but then it's because obviously Speckles has created a zone here. He's created a zone. He didn't come around here because obviously this is impassable.
Yeah, it's a waste of.
So actually, he's used the terrain to make it so that he's controlled him to this board space. And then I assume the Maw Crusher we're going to see here and take that out.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Okay, yeah, and then takes out that center, and then and he looks like he's rolled a big roll.
That's gotta be a 6.
He's rolled a 6.
Or a 5 or a 6. Oh,
It
yeah,
was a
there's
6.
We can see it. In
It
the
was
dice
a
tray.
6. Oh, wow. So he's now charging 2d6 plus 4 from where he is. That is nuts.
But so who have we got here?
So that is Xantos.
Okay, so can Xantos fight?
Xantos is fine. He's not like he's okay for a named character and like around that 200 point mark, like 200 220. But like he's not going to take out 30 Oregon points.
You never. No, probably not. Probably not. There's not many people, I don't think, that would take out 30.
No, and that's the point. It's actually a really good list because it does a specific job. It's like a huge wound sink, right? And it's just going to absolutely like kick bottom. I think that's the right way to say it. But don't forget, if it dies on a 4-up, he gets the whole thing back.
Yeah.
There's Gits players around the world currently, bemoaning the fact they only get half of their unit back, right? But this Uruk is getting, and you rarely see Bloodtooths played. Bloodtooths. So it's Andy really bringing something I think you rarely see on the tabletop. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
Because you don't normally see this list at all. And yeah, that Maw Crusher is going to go take out those Death Riders in the centre. Not forgetting, because they're Mortis Praetorians, which is why Speckles maybe took the first turn, he has given them +1 save.
Yeah.
So they're effectively Petrifex.
Yeah.
They're effectively
They're
Petrifex.
effectively boring. Sorry, Speckles.
I like them. I actually think the Death Riders. I think Stalliot Lords is a really cool thing. I think it's really nice that Petrifex has come off, so you can really start to explore that book. There's lots in there, and I think it's really fun. So jumping over onto table 4, I would love to see what has happened with those skinks and see if they. Oh, look where we are. So some people. So we've got some speed, as you can see here. These skinks are already in. So they're already into that. Can we just find out what unit they're in there, please? So they've still got their shooting to do, and they've got their charging to do. Yeah. Okay. +1 attack, +1 save on the block of yellow skinks or on the blue skinks.
It's the opposite.
Okay, so everything on this unit here. So
this unit here is where all the buffs are. This unit here is Hobbses.
Oh, of course, yes.
Because all we can see is skinks.
Oh wow. So in the hero phase, to catch us up, what we saw Comet's Call done, and it went to 6 units. So he cast it, he got it off again.
Yep.
Being able to get Cogs off and Comet's Call against another Croak is the dice gods are all on Darren's side in that one.
So because Darren took first turn, his Croak is going to be on equal footing, isn't he? Because he's going to have a Balewind, I imagine.
Yeah.
Whereas James has got an Astrolith, but won't have had chance.
Yeah, but so the Balewind doesn't give you +1 anymore, but it does increase your range. It does add your spell.
Yeah.
But he did get Comet's Call off, and most importantly, he's affected most of James's little support characters.
Yeah.
So Star Priest has taken 3 mortal wounds. His Skink Priest has taken 3 mortal wounds, which okay. So that's all. That's really important.
Yep.
And now this block of 40 skinks, they do all mortal wounds on 6s to wound.
Yep.
They've got a +2 to charge now when they charge in. So he's just going to be looking. So he's going to probably take out this block of skinks. Sorry, the wrong way around. Yellow is going to take out the purple block of skinks. Maybe also take out the Razordons.
It's the Razordons that he probably wants to hit with most of it. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because you'd want to put some shots into them so they don't shoot you when you charge. Because he's going to have a hard time getting in here and not engaging the 3 of them to make them shoot.
Yeah, but he's also given them +1 save, and he's given them +1 save against shooting.
Okay.
So I don't know if you keep a track, but that makes these tougher than Chaos Knights, the skinks.
I mean, who wants to be a Chaos Knight when you can be a tiny little lizard? No armor, kind of a shield, and the lungs of a god.
Yeah, they're just blowing.
Yeah, just blowing 16 inches. You brought a bow? Phew, watch me.
So we've seen the rest of them move now. We'll come back to this and see what damage those skinks do in a moment, because I think it's going to be pretty prodigious, and we might see a bunch of the characters die from the shooting as well as possibly learning this. This is early play. I win. And if not, Gottschalk's right in the middle. He's just stood there with Croak. Look at the middle. They're just like, oh, what are you doing? Yes, Slime. Just.
Did you wanna hang out in Heroes Corner? 'Cause this is where we are.
That is nuts. They just stood in the middle, just like we don't care.
Two heroes of the old world that survived together, side by side.
Imagine your book is so good, you don't need like 700 points to play. That is wild. Yeah, they're just having a picnic. What would Gottschalk and Croak have to talk about?
Amber.
Oh yeah, of course. They're mining for amber.
I feel like Gotrek would like it because it would help him dye his hair.
Of course.
Croak would like it because in amber is mosquitoes.
And so
And from a mosquito, you can make a dinosaur.
I hate that you got to make that joke.
Yes, I know I get that in.
Okay, right. So we're going to quickly jump to table 3 in the Urswood. The Urswood. So we're seeing Rick Myhill, Slaves to Darkness, play against Dan Arnold's Idneth Deepkin, and in this situation, the Marauders. This is an important point.
Best unit.
Rick got the choice, and the Marauders have been teleported. So they're here, and they're going to try and hit it. It looks like they're going to try and hit those Aether Wings.
Not those birds.
Yeah. I think what he's going to try and do, like I said, put the Knights in the centre, and he's just going to play super aggro.
Well, yeah, because also the strength is, isn't it? Because he's taken turn 1, so his strength is that these Marauders are not going to die to Aether Wings and are probably going to kill them. And actually then he's going to cap a load of points turn 1. So he's got the middle, he's got the bonus for the 2 on the right hand side and 1 on the left. So he's instantly going to claim a load of points turn 1, which is then going to make Dan have to play catch up.
Exactly. Yeah. And actually, this is, having seen Eels play this scenario a couple of times, it's actually really beneficial to make them do that because they don't want to commit early. Yeah, they don't want to. I mean, they could. There's still a lot. But actually, before they get all their attacks, before they get all their strikes first, and in this MSU, well, not MSU, because there's a big brick of 6, who we don't forget has been Bellacord.
Yeah.
So if they're a big brick...
I imagine turn 1 he wants to shut those down. Now he's claiming points because then what he wants to do is shut down that big block of 6 turn 1 that are probably the only people that are going to do a serious amount of damage to his Knights. He shuts down those 6 Eels, and then it's kind of like, oh, you wanted to move? Nah. You wanted to charge? No. Oh, but you're in combat. Do you want to fight? Oh no. Now I hit you. You don't hit me.
Yeah. Right. Let's run over to 1 very quickly because we've heard the Orcs have done the charge.
Oh.
They've done the charge. We're in the Orc combat phase. Yeah. So they snuck around a little bit, as you can see. They've kept the Mortek out, and they're just hitting that Death Rider lance. Now that Death Rider lance, they're in the. Yeah. This is quite. So this is in my opinion, this is a good build for Andy.
Yep.
And the pairings was also really good for Andy as well, because can all of these take that out is the question. And they now have to spend the turn. They have to spend the turn doing it. They're not going
it's
here.
It's so dangerous.
They're not going there.
Too, though, isn't it? Because actually, you almost don't want to take them out. You want to kill almost all of them, but not finish them off.
And just leave 1.
You don't want 4. Leave 4. 4 is not dangerous, because then if he charges you, you're like, cool, just roll once. Just roll really badly in my army that kills things really easy.
Maybe, maybe it's the power of the Caverns of Gasmore. They'll power them up.
Maybe.
Right? The death energy.
The Maw-Crush has gone into.
Yeah, well, that was, I mean, that was an obvious. And in fact, the Maw-Crush is still, super survivable. He's going to ignore spells on a 4+.
Yep.
So you're not going to want to try and do Curse of Years on the Maw Crusher. He is just a beat stick, just an absolute monster. Maw Crushers are really, really good. The loss of the Ethereal Amulet was sad. They maybe could come down 50, 60 points in the game, but they're competent output. The big thing with the Maw Crushers in Ironjaws is you spend that CP, you move twice. So you look at it and you think, movement 12. It's a 24-inch move. And all the Khorne players in the world are having a little cry because you've got to build up some blood tithe to do that. Yeah?
Yeah. And but it's their own fault because they play Khorne. I'm bringing it to the tSports network. No one likes Khorne. Lots of people do. I don't. I'm sticking with it. It's my motto.
All right, so let's jump back to Lotan's Ocery on table 2. It'd be really cool to see how the board's looking there. Okay, so we're into the first turn. First turn for Eels, which is Chris's turn. Oh no, second turn. Sorry, second turn. Let's. None of those things correct.
It's his first turn.
I get too excited because I love Warhammer, and now we've set it up so we can watch 4 games at once. And who isn't excited about that, right? Okay, so in this situation, Daughters of Cain, they went first, right?
Yeah.
Daughters of Cain went first, and as you can see, Marathi has pushed into the centre, got big, yeah, and the Sisters of Slaughter right behind. And then over here, the Blood Sisters still playing defensive and cagey.
Yep.
You know, they don't want to play right now. Maybe they're just having a bath in the sea.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're
Having a wash, just done their makeup, cleansing their face, getting their faces ready. Terrifying.
The real question is talking about makeup, is that problematic, James? But we'll talk more about that later. I don't think so. I think we are joking.
We can talk about it. I like the idea of some snakes and some scary winged eyeliner. I like them eels. We're better elves.
I want them in only corpse paint, like metal face paint.
Okay.
That's what I want them in.
There's your army.
That's my army.
All members of KISS.
Yeah. That's what I want. Love gun.
Everyone.
Yeah, there we go. So we saw Marathi move into the centre. We saw the Sisters of Slaughter, as I say, here.
Back her up.
To back her up. And now the Eels, it's into the Eels' turn. And Chris has got loads of decisions in this situation. So he's got this little MSU here of 3. Sorry, no, it's not an MSU. He's got a unit of Morsar Guard. He's got Morsar Guard all over. And he's got these Aether Wings for blocking. More Morsar Guard there. Lotan is at the back. I think that's Lotan. Not Lotan. I don't mean Lotan. I mean Volturnus.
Yep.
They're basically the same. Eels players listening, I just want you to know that. They're basically the same. So does the Super Series have seasonal maps? We will see the same tables coming back in future games. Yes. So per season, there'll be 4 brand new settings that you guys will be able to become a part of, tell the story. In this, I'd like to see some dead fish in the sea, but maybe they'll be powered up because of the water.
Maybe.
We don't know. Okay, so we're going to come back to this game in a minute and find out what happened and whether or not Marathi, they start to try and deal with Marathi.
Some eels have got.
Some eels have got into these. So Chris, let's stay on this game for a moment because this could be important. As you can see, what Chris has done, he's taken out these 10 witch elves with these 3 eels. He's taken out them 10 witch elves with these 3 eels. So what he's really doing is just reducing the scoring.
Yeah.
The Blood Sisters though can counter punch. Yeah, and the Sister Slaughter can counter punch, but that's basically how the eel build works in the MSU.
Yep.
Is you just hit all the little stuff, and then on turn 3 you're like, now I'm indestructible for a turn, and you win the game. It's whether or not you can trade slowly enough that it's an effect. Because in this situation, Chris is going to have 4 to Ethan's 1.
Yeah.
And that's quite
Ethan did score 5 on his first turn though.
Yeah. He scored up, but now from this point onwards.
Sorry.
Yeah. However, now this is a big one. Back on table 1. Do you want to know how big a skink charge was?
Back on table 4.
Table 4. Sorry, the Amber Plains.
Yeah.
Sorry, on the Amber Plains. I'm so sorry. On the Amber Plains, it was a 13-inch charge. Did I just hear? Or was that the Marauders? Because if you're gonna tell us stuff.
We're about to find out. I think the skinks are still shooting because that's a lot of dice. Yeah, they're still shooting.
Okay, so we've seen.
So these skinks have shot into these skinks and killed loads.
So they've killed. So this unit here have killed 15 skinks out of the 30. It's actually one less than they want to kill. There's one less than they want to kill because they're going to get an extra shot out of that. But the yellow skinks, have shot. I reckon I say skinks a lot today, and I'm already sick of it. 16 skinks out of the blue block here. So in the shooting phase alone, James and his Seraphon have ended up losing 30 of his 70 skinks. Yep. Darren still not to lose a single skink of his 2 blocks of 40 skinks. And he's still got charges to do.
Yeah.
Still got charges. And in order for this to happen, not much.
So the skinks can overwatch for a CP, right? When they get charged. Although he won't have generated any CP yet because he hasn't had a turn.
Correct. He won't have one. He won't have a CP.
Bad times.
It is bad times. It's a command ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this unit of skinks has made its 9-inch charge, and it's got in thanks to cogs. so they are in. So he's going to be looking to do more damage here. Now, there are pterodons to strike back in this situation. There's a lot of output can come out of the Skink Chief from the Stegodon in a counter charge. And not forget, those Razordons are going to be dead in a minute.
I don't know. So if he doesn't deal with those Razordons, they'll shoot, charge, shoot. They'll hurt. So he needs to kill those as well, I think.
He does. He absolutely does. He does. So okay, so if we jump over onto table 3 at the Earthswood, the Marauders have made their charge. So there they are. They've made in. They've punched out those Aether Wings there. As you can see here, the Chaos Knights are creating a big old screen here, and then backed up is the Chaos War Shrine. So he's going to be giving them a 6+ DPR on top, and they've scored 7 points. Be'lakor is backed up. The Chaos Lord and Karkadrak here to buff them as well. The Marauders controlling the back of the board. The Demon Prince is actually here. I think that's a Demon Prince. The Demon Prince might be in the centre, but I don't think so. I think Bellacor's in the centre and the Demon Prince is the back. Controlling
it looks that way.
It does look that way. Now, the Demon Prince isn't actually going to provide a lot, unless the Demon Prince is in the centre. Table Boss? Let's find out. Twitch chat, hope you're enjoying yourselves, by the way. I hope you're having a great time.
They're very busy.
What?
The Twitch chat.
I know, they're talking amongst themselves.
Occasionally I see things, I'm like, you're just distracted.
Oh, so Be'lakor is in the centre, so that is the old Be'lakor model.
There he is.
Okay.
There he is, little Be'lakor with his little wings.
Yeah, there we go. So the Demon Prince actually doesn't provide much of a use in this game against the Eels.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay, perfect. Demon Prince is in the centre. Demon Prince is in the centre. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if that makes any difference.
I don't think Be'lakor really can fight a huge amount now, though. So I guess I'll keeping him at the back, looking pretty, having a nice day out. And I'd be the Be'lakor out of me and you. Because I'm shorter. I'm the smaller Demon Prince. Because about 9 times in the chat I've seen people say, oh, James could do with the box.
Oh. Okay. Right. So did Darren Skeens get +1 to hit? They did get +1 to hit. The Demon Prince does buff the Knights as well because it's Mark of Nurgle.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's not up there. This is Be'lakor in the middle, not Demon Prince. No, it is a Demon
Prince, not Be'lakor.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Be'lakor's here. Demon Prince is here.
And so, what that means is because it's Mark Nurgle, any of the Chaos Knights, if they're wholly within 12 of a hero, and it's the General, which is the Demon Prince,
yep,
any 6s to hit are going to generate 2 wound dice,
yep,
which is quite useful, especially when they'll have rerolls to hit and they'll have rerolls to wound on them. So they can dish out.
Maybe even more useful if they're charged. It's more useful probably on the horses than it is on the on the knights.
Yeah,
because it's a lot more attacks.
Yeah, and of course it's 18 inches into spoilers because the Demon Princes get stronger. They can also make a piece of terrain like pitch black, but they haven't done that obviously because we don't have any shooting to be bothered about.
No,
effectively.
Who cares about shooting in this battle?
Okay, right. So I think if we jump back to table 1 very quick, but then I'd like to go to not 1. Sorry, again 4. Sorry, I keep doing that. 4. I'll get this right in my head.
Which is
the Amber Plane.
Thank
the
you.
Amber Plane. A 15-inch charge from the Skinks, and as you can see, all into the Razordons and into the Skinks. We're probably going to see the end of the Razordons and the end of the Skinks on the first turn. Pretty big.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe both. Did the charge? Oh, so the charge went into the 10 Skinks on this side. So we'll see the end of these 10, but these 15 are probably gonna. Well, they will live for another day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, unless they battle shock.
Yes, which they could well do,
well,
and probably will do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So over on table 1 at the Caverns of Gasmore.
Yeah.
Yeah, at table 1 at the Caverns of Gasmore. Let's look at the heroic charge. They did. Is it just me, or doesn't? I wonder if they finished rolling all the attacks. They only killed 4. There's no rend. Like it's a lot of attacks, but it's no rend, and they've got a 3-up save.
So is what we're gonna see in the Caverns of Gasmore? Everyone's fighting over the Shadespire, but actually, what's gonna happen is this battle is gonna last 76 turns, which is a problem because they've only got 5. So what we see now is this is going to sit here and the rest of the game will happen around. It's terrible, but I almost feel like that's a benefit in Speckles' favour because he almost knows that he could leave these in combat, and if they're only killing 4 and he kills more of them each turn, he can probably hold those boys there for 5 turns.
Yes, absolutely.
And not kill them and not have another 30 to deal with.
Oh, and Speckles is also hitting back now, but Speckles, don't forget, we've got the priority roll coming up on this table now. First priority roll, I think we're going to see the match, and it's a big one. Not forgetting all of the teams are playing as a team. Yeah, so when a player individually wins or loses, it's not a team tournament. It goes to the overall score, and it's just there are secondaries also in play as well. And we'll get the info on the secondaries in a moment. But not forgetting. Yes, there's also Rend on the R boys. Sorry, of 1. Is there Rend of 1? Sure, Rend of 1 on the R boys. There is. I should know because that's my job to know.
Two knights are coming back a turn too.
Pardon me?
2 knights are coming back.
Yeah. So what you're going to do is from the 2 different Mortarchs, you're able to add. I think it's for Arcan it's 4 units, and for so Arcan it's 4 units, and for Catacross it's 3. You can bring up to 3 wounds back into 3 units, and then 4 for Arcan. So that knight unit that you see there is going to bring back 2 knights. So it's only going to have lost 2.
Yeah.
And if he gets, and then so he can just move away.
Yeah.
And then just let everything else pile in there. But he has also got to deal with that Maw Crusher at the back, who hasn't yet attacked. I think he'll take out... Oh, no, he must have attacked because there's a wound on the banner there.
Oh,
he's also attacked.
He killed 1?
What?
And left 1 on a wound.
What?
Isn't that crazy? So, giant dragon, terrifying, a mega boss, most terrifying of all orc bosses.
And he's fluffed.
Kill 1 horse.
What the?
1 little bony skeleton horse.
That's outrageous.
I think we're going to have to lose weight because apparently when you're bone thin, you're really strong.
I think James was secretly calling me fat there, but I don't mind. All right, so...
And myself.
This is nuts. Okay, so that's really good because also Speckles is going to be able to also put a model back into that unit as well and then drag them out, depending... I mean, if the priority roll goes to Andy, he can just re-roll that. But he's got to be really upset about that. That is a bit outrageous.
It'd be super interesting. I think, I think for people currently watching us live, watching a million people roll dice isn't always that exciting. But like being able to watch back later, it'd be really interesting, especially as someone who looked at this list and was like, "That looks fun. I want to play it." To go back and be like, "Okay, why didn't he kill them?
Yeah.
Did he not kill them because his rolls were all 1s?
Yeah.
Or
was Speckles saves all 6s?
Yeah. What would I do in that situation? Like, and people will have the ability to watch that back later. Right?
Yeah. All the games are being recorded right now live. So if you guys want to watch them back, they'll be available on Patreon later. So you can watch all 4 games all the way through and find out exactly what happened to Andy at that moment and whether or not he swore.
Yeah. Why all those orcs did no damage? Why did that happen?
Right, let's jump over to Lotan's ossuary. Yeah, and let's find out. Let's see what the eels have done in that situation. So the eels are going into the daughters. No, sorry, that's 2. No, that's 3. I want 2, please. Table 2. The waterboard. So here you see. We haven't all of the witch elves, but we lost all of the witch elves there. But the Sisters of Slaughter
have been
slaughtered.
massacred.
What? So 3 eels also got in here, and that was just 3 eels.
But they didn't kill them all, so I haven't got to eat my words yet. I mean, they might leg it, but they didn't kill them all.
That is 3 eels. And that's why, it's like, I've only got 3 eels to deal with. Just took out a block of 30 infantry, basically. Completely neutered them.
And on turn 1, not turn 3.
Yeah, but there's still, actually, so they've lost 10 witch elves here, and they're going to lose these witch elves here. But this Blood Sisters unit is not... So this is really important. Oh, we got priority happening right now. Oh no, so we did invite new dice trays, lads. Appreciate that. If we could ask them to roll in the dice trays that we made for them, so everyone could see, that'd be so sweet right now.
But they got so excited.
Yeah,
they're almost as excited as you are. So do we know who won the choice on table 2?
We will find out. Do we know? They rolled a draw, and we're going to find out.
So Ethan gets the choice.
Yeah,
'Cause
Ethan does
He
get
went
the choice.
first. So what is the score? The score on that table is 5. Okay, so table 1, the Caverns of Gasmore are currently rolling for priority. So if we can go over to that. Oh. Speckles has got a 6 on his priority. Andy's choosing a dice, I'm guessing. So Speckles can't lose that priority.
No,
he
he
rolled
can't.
a 6.
Yeah, he can't lose that priority. Yeah,
big
so,
lad.
So Speckles is going to put wounds back into that unit.
Yeah.
And
he can retreat and charge.
Yeah. Now, is everyone rooting for Speckles? Is the real question.
I mean, I have to say, I'm going to try and show no bias here. But obviously, I've spent a lot more time with Speckles. But also, I did like Speckles on Twitter, just being like, Bruce's, you lose to me, I'm rubbish. Everyone knows I'm rubbish. Like, every day I've loaded Twitter, and Speckles is like out on Twitter, name calling.
Yeah. That's going to be the one, absolutely. So I think we've seen also we can see the end of what's happened on table 1 as well. Yeah. Big shout out to everyone in the chat, by the way. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. Super happy that you're all here. Couldn't appreciate you more. I want to go back to the Caverns of Gasmore. Not Caverns of Gasmore, sorry. The Amber Plains. This is table 1. I want to go to table 4. I'm going to get this right at one point today.
You will.
Don't you worry.
Maybe we should write it somewhere.
That's a little note for you guys to know that it's actually written on the wall in front of me in giant text, in Sharpie. So look, I just want to see those skinks get removed here, as you can see.
So there's one Razordon left on 2 wounds, I believe.
One Razordon. Yeah. One Razordon left on 2 wounds, and 12 more skinks have died. Oh no, 12 skinks are left.
Okay. So he piled into the skinks, so they couldn't overwatch with a command point as well.
Nope,
But I don't think he'd have had a command point.
No, he hasn't got one. He hasn't got one because.
So I guess that, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I guess you've got 2 people playing kind of the same army, obviously very different lists,
and it's all over. Like, can we talk about the fact that Gotrek, who the only threat to Gotrek in this list
was 40 skinks,
and they're gone. They were here, they're gone, and now him and Croak are just stood there. Okay, so we're jumping over onto table 2. Priorities happened. Ethan, which is Lotan's Oshiri, and in Lotan's Oshiri, in the sea, there's a monster rumbling underneath. Yeah. The priority was gained by Ethan. He took the priority. He was like, yes, and then he gave it away.
Yeah.
He gave it away.
Which is interesting because he's up against it.
I don't know why he gave the turn away.
Because realistically, these 3 eels are going to go here. These 3 eels are probably going to go here. And then these 3
There's
eels.
1 eel.
Oh no, 1 eel against. Oh, those sisters did some. Those witch elves.
You ever fought witch elves? Pretty good.
I had some once, and then I looked at the price and I stopped buying them. Terrifying.
Yeah, they are plenty of money. They are. I don't know why Ethan gave the turn away, to be honest. I think he's fairly commanding in the middle. I think maybe he wants to bring more eels out. I'm not really certain as to why. And we're definitely right, table boss. Ethan gave the turn away. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, okay.
There's 1 hag here.
Yeah, so there's a hag there, and then that unit's left in. So really, the only thing he can bring down is those 3 eels here and the prime.
And I guess so it forces him to bring the prime, and then I guess his only other option is that he brings these eels up from the back. But But
the prime is not on the board.
But then he leaves himself open, right?
Yeah.
So there's 3 eels here, 3 eels here, 3 eels here. But once he brings those forward, he's committed everything.
Maybe Ethan's just playing the long game. Maybe he's like, do you know what? So, because there's in that 20 block of Sisters Slaughter, there is 40 wounds, but they're only on a 5-up save.
Yeah, I guess my other thing is, though, at the minute, he's denying the 2-pointer, right? So he's probably going to, he was going to have to lose this probably to engage this, and he's holding those at the minute. If these come here and charge, he's just going to pile in and outnumber him. So I guess It's a hard one. I think that's a big decision, but maybe.
Oh,
he was
he's also got the centre.
yeah,
don't
the
forget.
centre matters.
Yeah, so he's bringing up more eels now. Yeah, so he's looking. So he's gonna try and go for all of that. Not forgetting that he's also going to be able to, quite annoyingly, point. Like he's going to be able to point and make a unit get +3 to charge. So actually, he's got 6 eels into those now. So they're probably just going to melt away, in my opinion. Yeah, 6 eels.
But they're not all attacking first. So only
No, they're not.
3 will fight.
That's true. That is true.
It's not the turn to be fighting with eels.
And they are, and those Blood Sisters have got an amazing output.
Yeah, if they hit them back, those eels are probably all going to die.
Huh?
Most of those eels will probably die.
Oh, okay. So we're jumping back into the caverns of Gasmore, powered up by the Realm of Death. Yeah, inside we've just seen Curse of Years cast. That's
not
right.
A 6.
Not a single 6.
There's Speckles. His dice rolling, ladies and gentlemen. You might be cheering for him. But,
Oh wow. Okay, so Curse of Years would have been fairly useful, I think, going into there, but I'm not sure if.
it's a hard one, isn't it? It's nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Yeah. But it's still fun. It's still fun. But Speckles should, as you can see, we put a Death Rider back, and we put another Death Rider back, or 2 Death Riders back. So he could. Do you know what? He could just leave those Death Riders.
I think you do. I think the sensible player is he leaves the Death Riders holding those brutes for just Ard boys
in place
for just the whole game.
Yeah, but then Xantos and Catacross, what are they like? He has to go and take out the.
No, because he's winning that center object. Oh no, because you need these to die, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got 5. Oh no, he's outscoring him now.
1, 2. Yes, he is. Yeah, so
I mean, he could just string the Mortec up. So if you just get the top down again, he could just draw him across like that. So he could. No, he can't. Oh no, that's a different side. So he could just go like that.
Yep.
And score those, but then he's re-winning the centre, and then try. The problem is he doesn't want the Maw-Crusher to just bunny hop over and then just start mullering.
I don't know though. I don't think it's going to go through anything.
He can't even kill 5 horses.
He killed 1 horse. He then killed 2. One measly horse that then came back. Can you imagine being that Orc Mega Boss? You're on your giant wyvern. You slam through some horses, and you're like, oh, I killed 1, and then the next 10 minutes later, it's like, gooey, back.
Well, to be fair, if anyone's going to win this, it's going to be the Death Army, like powered up by
the Caverns of Gasmore.
By the Caverns of Gasmore, absolutely. So let's jump over to Table 3. Let's see how the Slaves to Darkness are doing against.
And where is Table 3?
Table 3 is the Earthwood. It's the Earthwood. It's actually a part of the Earthwood that's fallen to chaos, specifically. So the 3 eels here, they countercharged in. So we saw Marauders teleport, come up, attack, charge, and then another unit of 3 went in. So those 20 Marauders who teleported in are all dead.
And then we've got some eels that have popped on the back with a hero who are then countercharging Marauder Horsemen.
Yeah. So, but this is the big brick of 6. So there are two bricks of 6 here. Yeah, and like one of them's been Bellacord. So
it has to be this set that's been Bellacord because they were on the table.
Yeah.
Bellacord can't target a unit of eels that aren't on the table.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so what you've ended up with in this situation is this is what you really see the Iron Death do, and I know you guys have seen it time and time again on the stream, and you'll see it time and time again today. It's all about not picking the front target.
Yeah.
Like, which is what Rick set up. Rick's like, what about these Chaos Knights? And then Neil's like, I reckon no.
I reckon we'll go around the back of you.
Yeah. Like
we're fast lads. We don't need to go there.
Anyway, so yeah, they've really struggled in this situation. Not struggled. So he hasn't taken that, which is but you also don't want that. So in this, if the priority roll goes to Rick now, Rick's got the option to start punching out at some other stuff. But again, those two bricks of 6, if they do hit those Chaos Knights, they're probably going to go down. So this is always going to be a tough one for Rick to get paired into. So the eels have killed the Marauder Horsemen.
I mean, they were going to go through like them butter.
6 of them.
Yeah.
On the charge.
So there's only 5 left. So they did kill 1. So the Marauder Horseman went first. So Dan went over here. Okay, so the Marauder Horseman on the back did 1 whole wound to these eels, but the horses kicking their legs did 4. So the horses better than Marauder Horsemen.
Yeah, always.
So do you know what?
The mounts are always better.
Do you know what the moral of the story is?
Please tell me.
Always take the Marauders on foot.
All day long. Those fire bases are nice as well. Can we get a look at? Oh, okay. So some of the Chaos Knights did get in. If we get a close up on some of those guys, that would be great because they look lovely. Big fan of those. There we go. So can we just take a moment to appreciate the scenery? Look at this temple. The Temple of the Urswood here, so it's got some Sineshi symbols built into it. This is actually passable, so you can walk up here and get on top.
Stand on there, shake your fist at someone. What we need is a little go trick there later. Shaking his fist.
No.
Probably at some skinks again.
More than likely. I would like it if Hobbs and Darren get matched up just into different boards
Just
all across.
every day, all day long.
Once again, please, table boss. Okay, so just over on table 4 very quickly, we have seen the last of the skinks has run away. The pterodons got pulled into combat, which is actually a bonus, I think, for James because James is going to want to put as many attacks into that unit as he can. But look, the Razordons are also dead.
Yeah.
So what have you lost in 1 turn? And again, I would like to express that you've only lost this to skinks.
Yeah.
He's lost 40 skinks, 30 skinks, 2 Razordons. He's also lost some characters to Croak Spell plus some shooting.
Yep.
Turn 1.
Yep.
Yep. Pretty good. Pretty good.
It's terrifying.
I'd just like you to point out that Gotrek and Croak still yet to actually... I mean, Croak has cast spells, right? Like, so
Is he during his lunch?
Comet's Call is like an obnoxious like crowd control spell.
Yeah.
Like it's big character suppression. All you're doing is just dropping mortal wounds from the skies, and this is turn 1. Turn 2, basically James has no support characters.
Yeah.
So James is very excited about his first turn. He is wearing full leopard print.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, full leopard print, head to toe. I don't think in any way he's going to be upset about this. I think he's going to... I mean, it's a bit of a delight to get to play Darren, right? Like,
Yeah, and I think the terrifying thing wasn't it? Like, Seraphon at the minute, like, it's an obnoxiously strong book.
Oh, yeah.
Like, obnoxiously
it's S tier.
strong.
It's the best book in the game, right? Like, it's in a league of its own.
Yeah.
There is no book as good as that book.
So the issue was, if Darren played anyone else, his list was going to be obnoxiously strong against it. The same as if James played anyone else. So I think it's in a really interesting place where we've seen them play each other. Darren's drops were lower, and he's been super strong into James.
Yeah. Okay, so just very quickly over onto table 3, the Urswood priority has gone all the way to Dan. He won the priority, but he has given away priority to Slaves of Darkness in this situation, which is good because actually, if you look in here, he's intentionally pulled in the knights.
Yep.
So now they're locked in. They can't
charge, and they're better on it.
Yeah. Well, no, these knights. So they've actually got ensorcel weapons. So he's not built them. He's built them to grind it out.
Okay.
He's built it to and which is why they're in the center. They're not like a wedge.
They're not to fight. They're to stand.
Yeah, they're heavily armored sentinels,
Yeah.
effectively, but not archers, which are terrible. So they're standing here. But what he's effectively doing is like, cool, you can just not do much this turn.
Yeah, and also making him pulling this in here stops him countering this. So he's already scoring that. Like he's in a really strong position at this point, I think.
He is.
I think even the Be'lakor in kind of on these eels here, isn't going to do anything at this point. Really, all it's going to maybe stop is this counter of taking out a load of knights next turn.
Yeah,
on Dan's
that's
next
it.
turn.
Yeah, so he's given away as a smart play. Dan's played really smart here. So that's a really good decision. On table 1 in the Caverns of Gasmore, I've heard Speckles has done a counter charge. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
There he is.
There is a lot less hard boys.
There is a lot less hard boys. That's actually really interesting. And Catacross hasn't even really piled in yet, and he's a bit of a beat stick.
Just having a day.
But if you look, he's really started to control the board space.
And it's interesting. So he's brought Arkham forward, hasn't he? Because he is also a behemoth, and we're on focal points, and a behemoth allows you extra bonus points to objectives.
Excellent work, James.
So that's why he's come forward rather than Catacross, and also he's on a pretty flying mount, whereas Catacross has got to hoof it.
Yes.
He's got to walk nice and slow. So I guess that also, is a benefit. And the Mortek Guard have secured an objective, for lack of a better.
They have secured an objective.
What else do they do? Don't die. Stand on things.
That is all.
Amble forward.
Yeah, very slowly. And whether or not they're powered up, that Maw Crusher though, disappointing. And he's just lost 3 wounds to the Death Riders again.
I mean, I think that the interesting thing with this is it's just going to be now people grinding each other's down.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a battle of attrition rather than who hits hardest.
Wow. A lot of people complimented Dan's play over on table 3, by the way, on the Earthwood, and the fact that those knights can't pile in.
Yeah,
but he has controlled the centre of the board, which I don't think Rick's unhappy about. Truthfully, I think he's very happy just keeping this here. But unfortunately, if you look, it's a big brick. All of the other objectives have just gone to.
Well, the other problem is that these Aether Wings here are now coming up to sit here, which means these eels are going here.
Yeah, that's what the Aether Wings do. That's their entire job. Yeah, they're just like you carry on, fish. We'll be birds here.
We'll just fly about.
It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? I can see. People are like, "What's that game you're playing?" It's like, well, the fish are going to attack over here, while the birds are going to hold this objective.
Yeah,
like, birds.
Have you ever watched birds?
No.
They sit in places, chill out, sit on top of the water.
It's like
stick their head in for a fish.
It's like Hedwig.
Yeah. Also, do you know what? Like, they should all be painted as seagulls. That's what they should be. And then they'd be scarier than the eels.
So we just found some info from our table boss. We're going to re-ask him again, please, Nick, what exactly you were saying. Okay. On which table? Oh, okay. So table 1, we've just seen that they've been hit with some more magic. So there's that drain vitality, but
they're basically re-rolling everything that they do well.
Yeah.
Everything they do well isn't going to work as well.
Yeah.
I think that's it though. Those Ard boys are now just going to be.
Yeah, they're just
held in.
Well, the thing is now is not to kill too many of the Ard boys.
You just walk away from them.
You just want to whittle them down slowly, and those 10 Death Riders probably. Although there's not quite. Oh no! Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still 8. So those Death Riders, like, they can slowly go through that fight, and not on purpose. Like, try to wipe out as many as possible. But it's going to be dealing with that Maw Crusher at some point if he wants to control that centre. Is going to kind of be the key piece. It's again, Mortis Praetorians are Petrifex with +1 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want? Don't die. Hit better.
Well, they don't have Rend, which they previously had before.
Yeah.
But
they hit better.
They do hit better. They do hit loads better. So should we see if on table 4 if
in the Amber Plains?
Yeah, the Amber Plains. If James has just got his head hung low, or if he is into it now, because he's on the back. Croak is up on that Balewind. Maybe we can get a picture of Croak up on that Balewind in a minute. And the big block of Yellow Skinks has just been made -1 to hit, so that could help. It
Probably
could.
not a huge amount, but it might help a little.
The biggest problem is that he hasn't even dealt with the major. To be fair, the Skinks are the major threat.
Yeah,
the Skinks are the major threat, and he hasn't got much to deal with them now. And then Gotrek will just walk through his army at this point, because that's the thing about Gotrek. Yeah, you have to have the tools. You Plague Monks, you Skinks,
you just want to hit him loads of times.
Loads of times.
And shooting's really strong against him.
Yeah, because then you're also not even fighting him, so you just have.
You want loads of shooting with 1 damage.
Yeah,
which is what Skinks are.
Celestial Deliverance went off. No other cat. What is happening in this dice game? What is this? Why is Darren's Croak stronger than James's Croak? We need to have that conversation. Like, what's happening?
Phantom Amber. He's having a picnic.
The dice rolling in this game
is... arrested.
I'm just saying, the dice roll in this game is wild. Like, more Christians like, I won't even kill, like, 1
I could kill 5 horses.
I just don't want to.
But I'll just kill 1. I'm only going to target 1.
And then Darren's Croak is like, I'll cast every spell I want.
Yeah.
And then Hobbs is like, no spells from me.
I don't want to cast anything.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I still think it's that interesting thing again, like the ability to be able to go back and watch every single dice roll will be really important, because it'll be really interesting to see was it that now we're almost on an even footing with two Croaks who are also on plus 6,000. Is it that James is rolling really bad and Darren's rolling really well, or is there like one number between it each time?
That will be interesting to see. Okay, so jumping over to table 2 in Lotan's Ossuary. Don't forget, Ethan gave away this turn.
Yeah.
He gave away this turn. There we've seen all of the 6 eels have gone in there, and we've also seen the prime. The prime has arrived.
He's here.
The prime has arrived and is looking to... Oh, so the eels... So the eels into the Blood Sisters, there is the Hag and the Medusa. Now the Medusa is an important piece to take out, because the Medusa is the one who's got the command trait that's going to allow them to teleport.
Okay.
Right? Is that yeah. Right. So that's really, really important, because that means those Blood Sisters aren't going to be able to be teleported somewhere else at any point. So that's going to reduce mobility. But Marathi is still... How many wounds has Marathi taken at this stage? That's the question.
I don't think she's taken any, right?
Do we need to sportscast every time a prime lands in tSports? Because it's the first time we've ever done tSports properly.
Yep.
Do we need to be like, my God, it's the prime time, or something?
Maybe you need like a little soundboard thing with one of those banners they have at American football with like a little thing. Every time a prime comes, like a thing goes across the screen.
Yeah,
some
it's
trumpets.
prime time.
I've got a bugle somewhere you could borrow.
Perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, we'll just get a bunch of different props in here. That works.
Some triangles. Excellent. We can have like a little band.
And so in this situation, as you can see, it's the characters that are being targeted by the eels. Prime is down, but whether or not Prime is going to go in, that's the hot question.
It's a funny one, isn't it, the Prime, I always think, because sometimes his shooting actually... People don't give his shooting enough credit, and I think sometimes the shooting's more powerful.
I think shooting's half the reason he gets taken in some lists.
Yeah.
Because obviously you combine that with something like Croak for AoE damage.
Yeah, because I think... Like, here there's an interesting... He's going in.
He's all the way.
But I think there's that interesting thing. If he's trying to target heroes, you could almost drop a comet on one's head, hopefully hit them both, and just chip before you commit.
So the prime's
Medusa's
in on the Medusa.
She's dead.
Maybe rolls ones. Who knows?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
She's
But
dead.
Medusa's dead. And look, there are still those Sisters Slaughter here. So they can get that pile in and hopefully get engaged in that fight. Marathi, I think, unwounded. So Chris is just electing just to ignore Marathi. Just be like, I'm not paying attention.
It's kind of the sensible option.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's... and look at this one hag holding up those two...
Not today, lads.
Stop there, fishmen.
Do you know I'm a better elf?
Yeah, this
That's
is...
what she said.
Right, okay. Big plays. I'm very excited about that. So let's just jump... Oh, so the eels now, they're doing all their electrocutions into the characters.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because as we look at this here, we can see that Ethan's score is currently 3 higher. So he also has made Chris play catch up, which is what we saw in...
Oh, these other eels came in at the back as well. Nah, they're dead. They're getting hit by 6. Nah, he's just going to pull them off.
I think this is kind of... I still don't know why he gave away the turn.
I don't know why he gave away the turn either. I mean, maybe he thought that he wouldn't get the charges off.
They're eels. When don't they get a charge off?
I don't know. Question to the Twitch chat: would you have given the turn away really in that situation? It'd be fascinating to talk to Ethan later and find out exactly why he did give the turn away.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe I've talked about this before because I think there's a really interesting thing having kind of commentated and played Warhammer is sometimes kind of stood here, semi-calm. Watching
excited,
a game. Yeah,
definitely.
Watching a game, but not playing a game. You're like, oh, I do this, I do that, and I do this. And then you go to a table and you play a game, and I'm like, think about what you do. If you were commentating, what would you do? And then I look at things, I'm like, but that unit's really annoying me, and I want it dead.
Yeah, it's true.
And
I don't think that was his situation.
No. But I just think there's an interesting point, isn't there? Like, did he see something we didn't, or did he miss everything we saw?
Yeah, I think everyone giving away the clutch turn sounds like something Randy would do. Big shout out to Randy Savage and the Dwellers below in the chat. Owen can't fathom why, and going into the double into turn 3 is what Marcus Rock thinks might be an issue. So that could be the issues. Yeah, I think that's why our table boss is giving us the info as to what's going on there. Let's jump over into the Earthswood and see what's going on with that Slaves to Darkness army in this situation. So with Chaos Lord and Karkadrak, and the Demon Prince have come down here and they've charged in. And the Marauder Horsemen. But he's just looking to just punch into them. Oh, not Chaos Knights. That's another unit of 5 Chaos Knights. Yeah, so looking to punch in.
Bellicor's still chilling.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
First Demon Prince, I don't fight.
And also 6s to hit, 6s to wound are going to be 2 damage. That's what I got wrong earlier. Yeah, they do 2 damage. So they potentially could go through. That's the other thing about eels. They're 4 wounds each, not 3.
Yeah.
So it's 12 wounds in that brick, and they've only got a 5 up save, but it's still good.
Oh, more than 12 because there's 5.
Oh yeah, of course. So there's 20 wounds in there. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like, yeah. And if you compare like what we saw in the match before with the Blood Sisters, the points of the Blood Sisters versus the Eels, crazy, absolutely crazy. One time again, please, table boss. Oh, so the Lord and Karkadrak is here, and he has just rolled an 8 for the charge, so he's also going in. Now, obviously, Rick also knows. So Rick also knows that he has got to get involved in this fight before turn 3. We're in turn 2. The clock is running.
And I'm guessing what he's doing at this point is saving the Bellicor and the big block of 6 eels for turn 3.
Yeah, turn 3. Which effectively, I think at this point, we are calling it waterboarding. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for that. That'll
do.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, the Chaos Lord and Karkadrak, I think we need to work out which one of these have electrocuted, because if those eels at the top have already dropped their electrics, then it's a little bit safer for the Chaos Lord and Karkadrak. And he's a bit of a beat stick. You can build him to be a bit of a beat stick, but he's not, like...
Not enough wounds.
Oh, none of them have used their electrics.
He's probably going to die before he fights, right?
No, he's tough. He's tough. No, he is. He is, honestly...
7 wounds.
With a 3-up save, he's got a Chaos Rune Shield.
Okay, so he has some defense against those mortal wounds, but it's only against magic, right?
So no eels on this board have zapped. Oh my god, they're so horrible.
Down here, these eels can zap. These eels can zap. These eels can zap.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of zapping.
However, the Demon Prince is going first in the corner.
Because he gets to always fight before everyone else in just spoilers.
Yeah, well done. Also, he heals D3 on a 4-up every hero phase. Yeah, there you go. Well done, Demon Prince's spoilers. I think it's awesome. I'd like to have seen a Corn Demon Prince. Corn Demon Prince would have shut down those eels.
Are we going to fall out? Just saying. Putting that out there.
Yeah.
You said it. So tell me why you'd want to see a Corn Demon Prince.
I don't know. I just feel like because he makes it so that you roll less dice, like when you charge, and so you can shut that down. Okay. Back to table 1 not table 1, table 4, the Amber Plains.
Yep.
I'm gonna get this right one day. Over on the Amber Plains, look at how gorgeous James Hobbs looks. Oh, that's technology's fault. That's my fault. The enemy, apparently that's the enemy croak. However, he's still alive, and the other croak, croak in the centre, Gotrek's croak, has taken 2 wounds, or has got 2 wounds left? He's taken 2 wounds, 5 remaining. Not forgetting he's got 4-up DPR, so really he's effectively 14 wounds, which is fine because he's 320 points.
Which isn't worth when you pay. Oh.
Okay, so the Pterodons now are dropping their balls. No jokes in the chat, please. And so they've got big rocks that they drop. And need 4 pluses. They're going to do some mortal wounds. If they had Pterodon Chief with them, it could be 2 pluses. But 4 pluses is still really reasonable. Yeah. We've seen these used to great effect. We saw them used in Bloodshed in the Shire last year.
This book.
Pardon me?
Pre this book,
yeah. Where Danger Mouse Dan, he ended up going 5-0 at an event with his Pterodons. We've seen him used in Poland a lot, but they've really we've had. Oh, let's go to table 1. Caverns of Gasmore. Oh my god, they're all dead. He's rolling the 4-up. Does he get 30? He's got it. He got it. He got it. He has got all 30 Ard boys back on the board.
So when do those 30-yard boys come up?
They come on 9 inches away and within 6 inches of the board edge, I think.
Cool.
But I'll double check that. So, how does...
Oh, it's all going off. It's all going off simultaneously.
So, over on table 3, all the eels have started doing their zapping. 30 hard boys. Let's talk about that. 30 whole hard boys back. Nathan is going to be delighted.
Yeah, and Nathan will be watching somewhere crying a single tear for the joy, and probably on what table are we on? Table 1, the Caverns of Gasmore. Speckles is probably.
Oh wait, is it only 10 back? No, I'm sure. Is it only 10 or is it not the full? I'm sure it's the full 30. Yeah, it's the full 30. It's the full 30. No, it's as to why it's the full 30. I will get the information for you in a moment, but it is the full 30. I promise you. Yeah, whatever the situation. And I'm sure that's right. Yeah, they've checked their lists. So all the zaps have started to go off, but as you can see, Demon Prince still alive in the bottom left-hand corner. So Demon Prince took 2 mortal wounds from the zaps, still alive. Chaos Sword and Karkadrak, still alive. 2 mortal wounds, still alive. Yeah, he is taking it. It is gone. It's whatever unit was taken.
There we go.
30 hard boys. But to be fair, what Speckles lost? Actually, let's just whip back to table 1. He's lost nothing.
Speckles, no. And
yeah.
every turn, it all comes
He's
back.
lost nothing as well. Like, he's down 3 horses.
Oh, that'll come back next turn.
To be fair, he's rolled it because we're on the realm of death. Because we're in the Caverns of Gasmore. That's why they're here. They're fighting. Because Uruks, as you know, like a fight. Because I don't know if you know about the Uruks that are in the realm of chaos, who Khorne raises every day to butcher and fight his Khorne disciples, and then they all die. And the next day he raises them again. And to that's actually Orc heaven.
Yep.
They're like, what, fight all day?
And then die. Don't have to sleep. That's for sissies. And then we'll fight again.
Yeah. All day long. So they're over the moon about that. And that's where we are now, I think, the Caverns of Gasmore. Yeah, they're just like, we'll bring back some Death Riders, we'll keep beating them up.
We'll just keep going. Nagashi's sat on a throne somewhere, drinking a little cocktail. It's just going straight out of him because he's got no innards. Just having a great day.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And actually, it's looking okay for Rick also in the Urswood because he's survived all of those electric shock attacks, and because he's charged, those Morsar Guard are basically rubbish. Like, not basically rubbish, but they're not what they are on the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so on table 3, the
and the Urswood.
So the knights have killed 2. So there's only 2 eels left in that block at the bottom.
Yep.
These eels at the top are going to charge into the Karkadrak. I reckon the Karkadrak will tank that. And I think he's probably going to wipe out 3 of them as well. That leaves this block of Chaos Knights when they get the chance to punch in here.
Yeah.
And the board has really changed shape since the last time we saw it.
Yeah.
Really changed shape. It looked like he was basically surrounded. Yeah. And now Rick's just gone in other places. Arguably, this block in the centre was a bait. He was just like, you're not going to hit this. So don't hit this. Go other places because he probably wants to deal with them in turns.
Yeah.
Turn 3 still coming up though. The waterboarding.
I think it'll be interesting though because the big block of 6 that's left has got the Be'lakor on. So they've got a roll of 5, I believe, to do anything and everything that they want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, I think this has just been a really great play. Really great play by both players. No, not yet. No, they're just fighting over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lots of
But I still think Dan's playing fine. Well, we need to find out whether or not Be'lakor actually has activated his ability yet on the eels. He has not. So he's saving it for turn 3. Of course.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? So turn 3 is waiting to drop it on those eels. And they're just there waiting. Hoo-hoo. So over on table 1, jumping back to that match. Not table 1. Table 4. He knows by this point. Okay. So what's happened here is the pterodons have gone in. The stegodon has also gone in. Some skinks have gone in here as well. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd send the Saurus Guard and skinks in as well. Although he has to worry about the Gotrek counter charge. I mean, he's not got much left, does he?
Nope.
It's not. And so the Skinks have done 2 wounds to the Stegodon in shooting or in combat?
Combat.
In combat. Okay, so that's over here. While they're on -1 to hit. That is just like if you look, there's not even that many Skinks fighting them. There's like 8 Skinks fighting them. It's pretty heartbreaking.
Stronger than any of the battle line, and cheaper too.
Arguably stronger than most units. Yeah, Chaos Chosen is just there like, am I a joke to you?
And cheaper
Yeah.
too.
Those Blood Sisters really do show their points like non-attribution in that matchup. If we go back to table 2, because I imagine there's almost none of them left at this stage. There we go. There is not. There's like 5 or 6 of them left, and they've counterpunched quite hard. So he's lost 3 eels here, and he's lost maybe 1 eel out of that block at the top. And am I right in thinking the Medusa is still alive? Did the Prime whiff, or did the Prime just hit over the top of the Medusa? That's the real question. The Prime hasn't gone yet, so the Medusa's going to go down. But, yeah, it is just wild watching those eels just take that army apart. And if you look, like Morathi, which I was expecting to be quite a key piece, has done absolutely nothing.
I don't know. You say nothing, but she's holding that middle objective, which is worth the most points.
Yeah, but it's not really much. Yeah.
I mean, but at the minute, I think as far as we were aware, though, Dan's Ethan, isn't it? Ethan is scoring higher than his opponent, whose name has just eluded me.
Chris.
Yeah, it's gone from my screen. Then Chris.
No, but he won't be this turn, and he doesn't have any pieces left on the board. There's always snowballing with points, but there's also snowballing the game.
Yeah.
And in this situation, he can't snowball the game. It just isn't going anywhere that he needs it to go.
Well, yeah, he just has nothing left, does he?
Yeah. She is a monster. She does get extra points, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough if the rest of your army is dead.
Yeah, she can't deal with everything.
No. Although I would like also Lotan's here, so you got that matchup. But look at the Aether Wings. Their inclusion in the list is so important because all they do is just hold objectives.
Yep.
And then the eels just go off and do their work. And it's just monstrous. Oh, okay. So over on table exciting. Table 3. Okay. Useful. So over on table 3, we just heard that there's been a small issue in the not an advantageous one. So there's no judge calls need to be made in the Plague Touch Warband. If you any 6s to hit any of the Plague Touch mortal units, you take a mortal wound in return. But Rick has elected not to make his opponent have to deal with that over on table 2.
There we go.
Table 3, sorry. He's just like, do you know what? It's pretty key point.
Yeah.
Right. Right, okay. So jumping over to table 1, I want to see where those Uruk Ard boys drop down.
So we're off to the caverns of Ghasmore.
We are back to the caverns. Through the realm gate, back to the caverns of Ghasmore. There we go. So the Uruks have landed here. Now, that isn't cover, so don't worry. They're not just on some monstrous save at this point. That's just scatter terrain to make the board look cool. But Speckles has got some pretty dominating control of the board because he can just do the same again. Block these up.
Yep.
The important part is that unless somehow the War Chanter has been teleported, because that might be the War Chanter at the back. I don't think we've seen the War Chanter be teleported. Have we, Table Boss? Oh, he has teleported. I was about to say, they've not got the buffs, but he has teleported.
He's gone
the War
to hang
Chanter.
out.
He's gone up. He's like, all right, lads, you're back, are you? Let's go.
Where did you lads go? Welcome back. just banging a drum.
So he teleported over there, and he's now going to give them +1 damage. So that is going to make them far more effective. But Speckles, if he gets the turn, can just screen them off quite nicely. And then Catacross, I mean, this really feels like So can we just talk about the fact Catacross is 500 points? He's just stood there doing nothing.
He's having a great day.
He's not doing nothing. Like, what's his point? Arcad, though, who's the softest of them.
Yeah.
He's like 11 wounds
Front
and
line.
4 up save. He's like, don't touch me. Don't touch me or I'll die. Yeah, he's like, I'm in the
But do
middle.
you know why he's at the front line?
Why?
Because before they went out, Nagash was like, you do something useful, son. And he's like, oh my god, Nagash told me something. I gotta do it. I've gotta do it. That's what's happening.
He is.
Whereas before they went out, Nagash looked at Catacross and went, you do something, son. Catacross went, nah, ain't doing it.
Yeah, I'll do what I
I'm
like.
listening to him.
I'll do what I like when
Sulky
I like it.
teenager, Arcan's a toddler.
Okay, so the Ard boys, this is important, have got a 3d6 charge. They've got the get and beat, and that's happened. They've got the get and beat. It's worked. So they've got the 3d6 charge here now. Yeah, and don't forget, they've got a +4 to that charge. So do you know what they just rolled, James?
You tell me.
A 17.
Nice.
Nice.
So 17 with the +4, I would imagine.
No, 17 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
With the +4.
With the +4. A 17-inch charge.
How'd you feel about charging halfway across the board?
It's like a recruitment drive.
Yeah.
Are you green? Do you want to charge 17 inches a turn?
Do you like reappearing on a 50% chance?
Are you wild and green-eyed? Let's go. Join the Bloodtooths today.
Look at them.
They are in. They are absolutely in. That's brilliant.
Let's just hope Catacross does something next turn.
Yeah, so Catacross could die to scrap launchers, so he's probably scared. It's true. It would be nice to see Xantos, because this is Xantos and Catacross, get involved in the fight and mix it up, really. Can we still talk about the fact that there are those 5 Death Riders holding up an entire Maw-Crusher? It's
How many?
slaying
What
at this
turn are we on?
stage.
Turn 2? Turn 2. They've held him up for 2 turns.
Yeah.
Not lost a model, because they keep coming back.
It's wild. It's absolutely wild. It's just really, really fun. They're in. I mean, they are surrounded at this point. They were like, I love how they're like back for round 2. They're like, right, okay.
Yep.
Focus now, guys. We've got to really focus. Can we, get that shot in.
My favourite bit is, so Get to the Chopper in the chat has put, Oryx are hilariously ridiculous, absolute lads. And I think that's what they're shouting. 17-inch charge. Maybe they're just there like a bunch of drunk lads on a night out. Lads. That's it.
That's it.
Just going ham for leather all the way in. Look at them.
Yeah. So Catacross, as pointed out in the chat, thank you, Owen. We've talked about the fact that Catacross could comfortably make a unit -1 to hit. So maybe he's chosen the Maw-Crusher to be -1 to hit this whole time. Oh, so okay. Oh no. So but did. Right, okay, so actually that -1 from Catacross was actually being put onto the Ard boys. So it was never put onto the Maw-Crusher. So the Maw-Crusher's just failing without help.
The Maw-Crusher's just doing nothing.
Yeah,
we'll just leave him in his box.
Just doing nothing. Right, let's jump over to Lotan's Ossuary and see if, because I feel like the eels, powered up by the water, are dominating at this point, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, look, there's no Blood Sisters left. Eels are everywhere. I mean, eels are here specifically, and the Prime is also there as well. So even if Morathi goes into the Prime, he's still just going to outscore him.
Eels here too.
Yeah, I personally just don't see, I don't see that being,
Yeah, so I think there's, priority.
So yeah, there are 5 Blood Sisters. No priority.
Yeah, so we're just watching Blood Sisters die.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. So let's go over to table 3. Let's go look at what's happening on table 3 here. So the Karkadrak over in the top, he's killed 2 eels in this situation. And he healed a wound back, because he also did. And we also have seen these eels slowly whittle down in this situation as well. So they are really struggling in this.
3 eels on this outer edge that can be used though.
Yeah, they can. But these. We've still got the main wound sink of the army.
Yeah.
So you've got 30 wounds in those Chaos Knights, and 5 Chaos Knights at the bottom is an additional 15 wounds. So it's 45 wounds rocking around as Chaos Knights at the minute.
Yep.
And the eels, A 6. So we've just seen this unit of 2 eels are poured down. What a lovely man he is. I've got to hang out with him a bit more today. Lovely fella. He's rolled a 6 on his battle shot for 2 eels. Out of the brick of 6,
Yep.
he's like, don't worry, re-roll it. It's on the war scroll. Not a drama. Just re-rolled it.
Another 6.
You can't write that story, can you? Can't write that story. So that bottom objective is now all Rick's, and he started to push the eels out again. There's still 12 of them here though. Yeah, ready to go and dominate whenever they want. And none of them are electrocuted. However, that back unit of those guys are Bellacord. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild. That's fun. Let's jump over to the Amber Plains and see how poor James Hobbs is doing.
The Crocoff.
In the Crocoff. Okay, so we're back to Darren's turn. Oh. Okay, so Darren didn't get the. Oh wait, so priority went to James again. Is that correct? Darren won priority and has taken the turn. Okay. So we're in turn 2 now. Yeah, in the first turn. But we have seen all 40 of the skinks go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's still got the rest of his 40 skinks here. We heard earlier in the table boss feedback, we found 4 of the pterodons died to skink fighting. That's right, to skink fighting. Yeah.
Told you, better than any battle line in the game.
Yeah. Can we get some love for the skinks in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, or no love for the skinks in the chat?
Anyone that loves skinks is probably here playing them.
You think?
No, there's probably some other people that have brought them.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, they lost 4 of those 6 pterodons. So they have all ended up.
Oh, those pterodons.
Those pterodons.
Having a bad day.
But then Gotrek is still there, and there is a lone skink in front of Gotrek. I'm not sure why or what his job is there.
Try him up.
Is it so? Who's skink? That's Darren's skink. So that's a bad guy skink.
No, that was the other way around, wasn't it?
Oh, good guy skink.
Yeah,
depends
Darren
whose side you're on.
Darren said he's the good guy.
Oh, wait, is that what you do? Just claim it early?
Yeah. You're like, I'm the good guy. That's how
good
it
guy.
works, right?
So it's a good guy skink. So why is there one good guy skink in front? Is the rook? Oh, it's James's skink, who's run away from combat, and he's just trying to block Gottrek's tiny 4-inch movement up.
So he's 6 with cogs, isn't it? But it's still gonna.
Can we not at least get that skink facing Gottrek eye to eye? That's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see that.
Can someone sort that out?
Yeah.
Can we see that on a closer?
Yeah. Thank you. There we go. Because that's.
Hey, there you are. Who would win? Do you know what? Skink could probably
he's
win.
avoided him. He's like, I'm not going near you.
Can someone tell Darren to put our fight back?
Outrageous.
Stop playing the game properly and play narratively. We're in the Amber Plains.
Oh, he's like, there we go. He'll get him later. He'll get him later. He's like, come on, I've had enough of this. You killed all my mates.
And Gamecheck's like, haven't even got to fight yet.
Let's go. He's going after. I think he's going after that Stegodon.
Do you think if you were Godrek, who's basically a demigod, he's got the most powerful axe in the whole of the mortal realms, and 40 little lizards with their blowpipes,
who would win?
Doing way more damage than you, and could take you down?
Oh, you think he's mad?
Yeah.
He's seen them do the work, and he's like, I'm furious about this.
I'm off.
I'm
not killing one. I need to kill something big, that dinosaur.
Yeah, I'll kill that dinosaur, yeah. In the Amber Plains. Well, I mean, he's not really even got anything to charge, to be honest. Bless his heart.
Could charge his own skinks.
The interesting bit is you guys can't see it, and hopefully when we move the board around during lunch, you'll see. But one of these, and I won't tell you which one, so in the Amber Plains, one of the Uruk huts that you can see here is, and it might be this one, so maybe our cameraman can find it, has got a hidden skink inside it anyway. Yeah, so this is which is weird that the Seraphon paired into this. That there's one skink on that board, like hiding out, which is very funny. Okay, all right. So let's jump over and see what the combat happened on table 1 and Caverns of Gasmore. Let's see if the Uruks. It looks like the Uruks are maybe still rolling out now, but they haven't gone through those Death Riders yet. Okay, so table 2 we will jump over to Lotan's Ossuary. Yeah, so table 2 have finished Deepkin's turn. Deepkin have finished their turn, which they were given, and he's do not know why he gave the turn away. He's lost all of the Blood Sisters. So
Is there
all the
two
Blood
left?
Sisters
Oh
are
no,
here.
there's one.
Well, okay, he's effectively lost all of the Blood
There's
Sisters.
one hero left, I think,
Yeah,
isn't there?
but he's effectively lost all the Blood Sisters. He's lost all the Sisters of Slaughter. Although he looks like the Hag is still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. No, the Medusa. Medusa. They're both still alive.
How did the Medusa live to a
You were
Celestial
very,
Prime?
yeah. So you guys will see what secondaries are on the table and whether or not they've been achieved in the overlay. So if you look on the far left-hand side, it will show you which two secondaries are there and if they've been achieved, and we'll get that updated as to whether or not they have been done. But
I literally can't believe that Prime didn't kill a Medusa.
no, I agree with you absolutely. I agree with you absolutely.
Did he roll 92 ones?
I don't know what he did.
2 to hit, 2 to wound, -3, 3 flat damage. She's
I
probably
don't think
a 5 wound
I
model.
imagine he didn't attack her. That's what it was. Because look, all of the witch elves, not witch
Okay.
elves, Sister Slaughter are dead. So I think he just attacked there, and then Medusa's just there to hold up. Yeah. Oh, the Prime actually focused on the Blood Sisters.
Okay.
So the Blood Sisters got 9 eels and
And a Prime.
before turn 3. See, Chris really just showing us that he is in no way bothered about even waiting for turn 3. It's like,
Do it anyway.
yeah, if we look at this and compare this to what's happening on table 3 and look at how the Eels are playing there, at least you get to watch, I guess, the Eels. Probably by round 3, I'd like everyone to know not watch the Eel matches ever. So let's go to table 3, the Urswood, and see how Dan. Yeah, so we're into the Idneth movement phase, is where we are now, and Dan's got some decisions to make.
Yeah, and that's some score to catch up on, right? 12-4.
It's big, and he controls that centre. I'd argue just to punch it right into the centre. Just take all the eels in and punch him
And
in
just
the centre.
smash through everything he's got left.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't actually charge right into the centre. I'd charge on the ends like he has done. But the problem is what Rick's done has been clever. So the way eels like to play is what they do is they take all of their. I'll just draw it out for you. So they'll play like that. So what they'll do is they'll put all their output into like one little area. So when you try to strike back, you can't like bring a lot of damage to bear. So what Rick's done is put those places where he wants to hit near these objectives, whereas the centre where he can do the most sort of counter punch, if that's really what you could call it. I mean, it's still not loads. Is kind of flooded.
Yeah.
Like a bit. So if they do that thing where they charge in the ends, which so it's like hooks, little hooks for the fish. It's like, do you want a bit of bait?
Do you want a bit?
Do you want a bit? Do you want a bit of this bait here? But apparently he's not taking it for the whole match. Chaos Lord and Carcadrak could well die. As you can see, Volturnus, hiking at the sea, he gets Rend 5 on his sword. Rend 5, if he rolls 6s, he gets Rend 5 on his sword. He's just going to go through and just whomp through that Carcadrak potentially. So I think we might see Dan go for it now, or maybe he'll just roll the priority. Maybe he'll just push gently, wait for the priority, and then it doesn't matter because then it doesn't matter what Rick does.
He must know. There must be part of Dan that's aware that Bellicor hasn't used his ability yet, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And there was 2 blocks of 6 eels. One was off the table, so he couldn't get used on him. So he must know where it is.
Yeah. So on table 4,
The Amber Plains.
Gotrek got an 8-inch charge with cogs, and the real question is, where did that get him?
Straight into a chameleon skink, I believe.
He's spending a CP to re-roll it because he wants to go further. He's rolled a 13-inch charge, and I think right into Croak.
So loud I can hear him through a soundproof roll.
We can get a shot on that.
All up on the Balewind.
Croak is so dead. A big 13-inch charge. There you go.
You did just hear Darren
Wait, and
scream.
Croak charged that lone skink who was like eyeballing Gotrek earlier. That is hilarious.
I like the fact that people could hear Darren scream because he screamed so loud it came through a table boss's mic
Yeah.
through our headset.
It's to us. Yeah.
Through a mic.
I can't wait for the guys who are watching it back on Patreon. Who are like, I can't wait for that moment. Oh my god, I'm deaf now.
Yeah, turn your speakers up and wait.
So Gotrek there has made the
Where is
long
he?
bow. He's right there. They put him on top. They put him on top next
Ready
to
to
him.
fight.
They're ready for the fight. 13-inch charge. That's hilarious. Big plays, big wins. That's what he's ended up doing.
This Croak sat there having a picnic on his
No,
own.
Croak's charged that one skink who was eyeballing. Yeah.
The fight.
Poor James Hobbs. It really feels like he hasn't played a game today. He's just had a wave of skinks throw at him.
It's alright, he's a Seraphon player who deserves it.
Yes. Could ask for a nicer thing to happen to a nicer man.
Have you played Seraphon yet? No. Here, play your own army.
Oh, look
See
at
how
him.
fun it is.
He's like. Okay, so back over onto table 3.
Which is the Erstwood.
This is the Earthwood. So yeah, this is pretty big. So the Knights again, they're getting charged by 3 eels. He's electing to just skip the Demon Prince and skip the other Knights. So I think what you're going to try and see him delete this 30 wound block of Knights in the centre, who have been stood. The thing about Age of Sigmar, which I can understand other people saying, is it doesn't look like that's how Knights would fight. In a weird column sideways. They're just side-eyeing everyone, basically. But that looks awesome. That looks such an amazing alive board. Well done. Well done to the scenery dudes. Look at Dan's army. Love Dan's army as well. Like, it really bounces off against the colours of this board. Looks really nice. Really nice. So, Chaos Lord and Carcadrak is also being charged.
Yep.
And then the Chaos Lord on Carcadrak has also been charged by Volturnus. There.
Oh dear.
Told you, Volty is going to go in this turn.
And he's already been hit.
Well, no, but he healed one back. So, I mean, the Lord of Carcadrak is genuinely decent, you know.
Yeah, and great model.
So he did 3 more. So he did 3 mortal wounds on the charge, though. Chaos Lord and Carcadrak's all about that, though. So he also does mortal wounds on the charge. He could and the eels have also charged in, and they haven't zapped him. So
they could zap him. We could see him removed before he even gets to fight.
We could.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. Oh, and the
Tidecaster going in.
Yeah, you got to go in with your 2 attacks. You've got to
go in and
all the way. And then the real question is whether or not we're going to see Be'lakor activated now. I don't think we've seen Be'lakor activated yet. And then Dan's played a solid game though.
Yeah, super strong.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting to see, isn't it? Because when we went into this, the matchup was quite interesting, and we talked about how you remove.
I thought it was a tough one for Rick. I really did. I really did, because he's able to pick out all of the characters and the stuff around it. But really, what Rick's done by putting all the Knights out in the front is he's just kind of said, are you taking this? And then Dan's intentionally danced around him. So he's kind of psychologically controlled the board space. He's like, do you want to hit the big brick and maybe bounce off, and then all my little bits go and do their jobs? Or do you want to start dealing with the little pieces around the rest of the board and then eventually reach the big brick?
Yeah, it'd been interesting, I think, because if we could have seen Dan play a different game where he just committed every single thing into that big block turn 1, and it'd been really interesting to see kind of the different dynamic in that. But then he also had those Marauders that appeared turn 1, teleported, moved across the board. So he gave him different things to kind of deal with, I think, from the break, didn't he? So
he did.
Oh,
so the Lord and Carcadrak's getting zapped now. He's only got 2 wounds left. Oh, no. That's good. He's chosen not to zap him. Well, because he's
dead anyway.
Well, maybe, probably, more than likely.
He's definitely dead from 3 eels that have charged
and Volty.
Volturnus.
Yeah, old Volturnus. Yeah, the power that is potentially. Probably. Whoa! So jumping over to tier 1, the Caverns of Gasmore. There is. Speckles lost all of his Death Riders in Andy's combat phase here. They're all dead. So there's actually. We've actually lost a unit. Andy lost a unit of Death Riders in the centre. It's all fallen apart. It seems like the Uruks have used all of the power of death and absorbed that into themselves. And now the OC Arcs are like, oh no, we're just going to fall apart like a bag of bones. So we're into Speckles' turn because he won priority. He's gonna have to put Cat across in. I think that has to happen.
Gotrek on table 4 in the Amber Plains is attacking Croak.
Yes. Yeah, he is. Okay.
So we'll see
yeah,
that
yeah.
shortly.
Yeah. Look, well, we could go to that now, but so he's done 13 wounds to Croak. Now, don't forget, there's also the Saurus Guard there. Yeah, to tank wounds.
And an Astrolith Benebearer to give a DPR.
Yeah, and the yes. So actually, there's more wounds there than you might necessarily think to protect.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's some good 4-ups. I think those are his DPRs.
No, it might be. So is it?
It's not his saves.
Oh no, so it's a DPR. Then you pass the wounds onto the guard.
Yeah.
And then the DPR
on the guard. So guess how many wounds he took? Guess Twitch chat. James knows because he heard it at the same time as me. Yeah, Gotrek
did 13 wounds.
No, he did 2.
Yeah, but he did 13.
He did 13, but he's taken 2. Now Gotrek is going to get to fight again, unfortunately. Wait, has Gotrek fought twice or just one time? So, because that's important. He's only fought once. Then he'll kill him. He's killing him. He's killed all the Saurus Guard. He's killed all the Saurus Guard. And then Croak is there. I mean, probably dead. Probably dead. You pass the wounds to the guard first. Yeah. It's pretty good. Oh, what? The Croak versus Skink fight? I thought he was going to... I think he hasn't killed him. In my mind, he's like brought him onto his side. He's like, look, you don't want to work for that Croak. I'm the real Croak. Yeah.
I'm like the real dead frog.
Yeah. If I could rap, I'd do like a real Slim Shady but Croak. I'm the real Croak. So the Lord and Carcadrak go over onto table 3. The eels did not kill him. And then he, over on table 3... Please.
So if we can go over to table 3?
We will do in a moment, I'm sure.
There we go.
Yeah, so the Chaos Lord and Carcadrak survived the 3 eels, and then he looked at Volturnus. He's like, I think you're going to use the command ability on him in turn 3, so I'm going to kill you. And he smote him. Volturnus is done. Yeah, he is out. This
Bet he wish he zapped him now. This might be a turning point.
That is a turning point because it means he doesn't get to use. Because how many CP is Dan sat on right now? He would have used to spam to generate extra attacks. 2. So he would have given 2 CP to
so they've
2
had
attacks.
3 next turn.
3 next turn to everyone around him. The Carcadrak survived. He's a monster.
No, Croak has survived Gotrek.
What? Let's go back to table 1. I can't handle this.
Table 4.
No, table 4. So
Amber
sorry,
Plains.
the Amber Plains. What have we seen so far? This is nuts. So Gotrek's still alive. No, Gotrek's alive. Croak's still alive.
There he is. He's got 2 wounds left.
Amazing. That's absolutely fantastic. He's pretty tough. If you just roll 4-ups, he'll live all day. That's what you got to do.
He's going to retreat probably. Just to annoy Darren even more.
To be fair, though, I don't know where he's going to go. I mean, he could teleport himself. Yeah. I would, just over there, be like, you're not killing me. You're not having it. Yeah. That is hilarious. That he stayed alive.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, Darren's won the game.
Yeah, he'd won the game, I think, probably 10-1.
But like by a healthy margin. However... That's hilarious. Got trick confused. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. To be fair, that's why he didn't kill him, because he's just run away from one Croak, run in a blind fury at someone else, and he's like,
the other one.
He's killed all the Saurus. He's like, I definitely don't recognise you. I've not seen you in years. I only see skinks. And then he's gone, kind of.
Didn't we have lunch a minute ago?
I'll give you a bloody nose, but like that's it. Like that's how I treat all my friends. I don't know if we have a team versus team current score shot. In fact, actually, get ready, ladies and gentlemen. You might be about something brand new. Scrivo, what you got for me, baby? There you go.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh wait, no, bring it back. Bring it back. I want to see it one more time. Unless it's not working. In which case, don't bring it back.
Yeah, we don't want to see it. It's not working.
Okay.
We'll see it in a minute.
We'll see it in a minute. We'll see it in a minute. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can't see all the tech that we built yet. Yeah, you got to see that over the rounds. There you go. There's the current score. So currently, it looks like the Bruces, not the Bruces. Oh, is that right?
No, that's
That's the other way round, isn't it?
scratch that. Reverse it.
There we go. We'll sort that out in the future. Exactly what that means. Yeah, thank you. That's why we didn't. Sure, not sure. Yeah, we'll work out exactly what that means in the future. So we're back over onto table 2 in Lotan's Osawari. Ethan, Chris has just won the priority.
Has Ethan even got any models left?
Huh?
Has he even got any models left, Ethan?
No, not many. No, not many at all. So table 2, that is.
So let's go to Lotan's Ottery.
Yeah, let's go there.
Over table 2.
And so priority has just been won by Chris, and Chris is in such a dominating position at this stage. He's got eels everywhere. It's over. I'm just going to tell you right now. Well, you know. Yeah. I think we all know,
It'll be interesting because I think that Marathi might almost just last. She's not even going to last the game, is she?
Marathi.
We're only on turn 3.
She probably won't last the game.
She shouldn't.
But it doesn't matter at this stage because he's got nothing left. Like everything's on the board. There's the packs of ether wings are still here. The heart renders are down there. Eels are all over the shop.
So the heart renders will be Ethan's though, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, they might grab him. Do you know what?
They've got this one objective.
Maybe no. I mean, yeah, they can grab that.
And he's currently
but it's not. But it's
ahead,
Chris.
but
Chris won the priority, so it's Chris's turn.
So those aether wings might punch into those heart renders.
Yeah, potentially. Scores are looking very Brucey for this round. They are. So I think table boss, or not table boss, but tech booth. We got the round scores to date, or does that need an update from you? We'll find out.
We will find out.
We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are enjoying it, by the way. Big shout out to our table bosses and the tech team. Everyone's doing really well on our first outing. First time we've run the tech.
It's our first day.
It's our first day. First day of tSports, everyone.
So all I can think of is that episode of The Simpsons.
So the colours are the wrong way around. So Bruce's are blue in this particular situation, although they should be red.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Bruces are winning 3 of their games so far. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, they're winning 3 of their games.
Okay.
They're winning 3 of their games. Okay.
Yep.
That's the current situation. Darren is 14-2 over here. On this side, Rick is up 12-4. Over here, Andy is up 14-9, and on the top right-hand corner on table 2, and it also shows you what turn they're on.
Yep.
They're
so
all
the
on.
Bruces are winning all their games.
I can't believe it tells you what turn they're on. Very well done to the man who invented that, Mr. Tom. It's way cleverer than I even understand how it works.
Cool.
There's some stuff for you guys.
So 1 on turn 3, 3 on turn 2.
Okay. Oh, our sound changes when you go to the round scores. Thank you. So let's go back to table 3. Table 3. Priority has just been won by Rick. And that means he is in a good spot. No, not true. He can't fight at all. Yeah. So the best thing he can do this turn is not fight. I imagine it's not until Dan's turn that he's going to activate Bellicor.
Yeah.
So right now he's just like chill.
Maybe take the turn, pull everything away.
Yeah.
Stop our whole round of fighting.
Yeah. Okay. We'll sort that later. So this means he's probably going to disengage. Maybe?
Yeah, I take the turn.
No, but they haven't charged. So so now the eels haven't charged. They get strike first, but they haven't charged.
Yeah, but you lose a whole round of combat. So if he disengages from here, then
no, just don't let them recharge. Just stay in a fight with him. Great.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, that's the best way. Because he's doing mortal wounds back on 6s when he hits him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the carcass drag. If he lets the eels activate in the carcass drag, they've got to roll all their attacks in any 6s. They're going to take mortal wounds back. Yeah. Might as well just do that. And they might not kill him. So then just fight it out. I think is the right decision.
There's Bellicor doing nothing.
Huh?
Bellicor just chilling at the back.
Okay.
He's having a nice day.
Bellicor is having a great day because he is a giant chaos failure. So anytime he's allowed to play on the tabletop.
Yeah, it's a lovely day out.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, you brought Be'lakor along. Remember that time you tried to take over everything? He was like, but now you haven't because you're terrible. So
Yeah.
tough times for you. So I think we can basically go to table 1 and we can call table 1. That looks like it's definitely Darren's.
Table 4.
Table
the
4.
Animal Planes.
Table 4. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, I know. I get it at this point. Table 4. I'll get it. It looks like this is, well, I mean, not looks like, is, in fact, completely Darren's. Although Darren never started out with a lot of stuff. With the loss of those 2 bricks of 40 skinks, yeah, it means he hasn't got a lot of the board space left, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Because basically those 80 skinks did all the work. And so what we basically saw was Darren deploy faster, buff those skinks, take the first turn, throw them forward, remove the counter threat of 80 skinks, and kind of from there just kind of dominate that game. So I think realistically what we're going to see here, if those lines go for me, is just Darren slowly kind of remove everything now. Gotrek's still kind of going to finish this Croak off here.
Yeah.
There's nothing left, is there?
No, not much at all.
Because once that Croak goes as well, there's no summoning.
No. So Brucey's have got Brucey's have taken out one of the matches at least.
Yeah.
Don't forget there's 12 matches really, but there's 3 rounds as of today. The next battle plan is Scorched Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Potentially.
Yeah. Maybe. You'll find out later.
You'll find out the next. And also in Lotan's Ossuary, it looks like that's also going to the Bruces quite significantly going to Chris. So Chris has also taken that match away as well.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. So there's 2 of those games in the bag. The only 2 really in the balance right now is the match on the Erstwood, which is on table 3. So if we jump over to table 3, which is this game between Dan and Rick. Obviously, Rick has already got that lead there on those 12 points. And Dan won the priority on this table and gave the turn away. That's interesting, actually. So the prayer on the War Shrine has just failed, which is actually a big one. So he's going to be able.
It goes off on a 3 up as well.
Yeah, and it's rerolls hit and rerolls to save that he would have put on there. Chaos Sorcerer Lord also can use Ocular Visions, but you have to be wholly within 10. And so they're not in range. And then he's also got Demonic Power, which he can do from the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, which is here. Didn't go on anything. So, you have to be. The thing is that those Slaves to Darkness lists, they kind of bubble up really well. They play in a brick, and then as soon as they expand out like they have now, flat open up like a petal, like a flower, like I do emotionally when we play these games, you end up kind of overextending yourself. Can James do anything to turn a major loss into a minor? Says MJ Pegasus. No.
He's way too many points behind.
Yeah.
It's 14-2, I think, that game, which is crazy. I mean, even on this one, I'd say Dan's got the most board control. So where we are now, the board we're looking at, Dan's probably got the most board control, but he is 6 points behind. So he's still got to do some catch up.
Yeah. But there's also Demon Prince here. Yeah, Chaos Knights here. There's a lot of wounds there and bodies, even with the Aether Wings jumped on. So he's got 5 versus there's 6 there. So he hasn't even scored that objective. So it's all about whether or not he can roll those 5-ups on
to do anything
on those.
I guess I'm guessing he knows. So he's going to know that Be'lakor's ability is on these, and then what he's going to have done is given the turn away because Be'lakor's ability will last until Rick's next hero phase. Oh, I almost feel like he'd have been better off taking the turn because it would. Oh no, because he activates it whenever he wants.
Yeah.
So he's given.
No, he activates it in the enemy hero phase. So in Dan's hero phase is when Be'lakor's ability is activated, and then it gets put in. So we'll find out.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. I don't think. What he needs to do is roll a load of 5-ups.
Agreed. So the knights are they've still got a spell off. So the knights are still rerolling hits and wounds.
Cool.
But they're not rerolling their saves, and the rerolling the saves is big because if those 6 eels go in, then they would have wanted those rerollable saves. Even at Ren 2, it still gives them a 6-up rerollable save.
Especially because what they're there to do is just to weather the storm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dan's playing an excellent game here. Really enjoying this, and Rick also is as well. This is a real movement-y based game,
Yeah.
which I'm enjoying. Still wanting to get the eel matchup, so we could just never cut to that table next round. Going over to table 1. I mean, this has been a pretty exciting round 1.
Yep.
Gotrek didn't kill Croak. Like we've had 30-yard boys come back. The Karkadrak, what a moment. Okay, so
So this is table 4. So do we want the Caverns of Gas?
I actually want table 1 this time.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
I
we'd like
actually
the
want the
Caverns of
Caverns of
Gasmore.
Gasmore. Yeah,
Because Rob's learning numbers.
yeah. I know.
Oh, so Catacross has got off his bum. Archon has come at the back.
Yeah, and he's taken. He hasn't taken out those Ard boys. So the Ard boys moved there, and then Arcan bunny hopped over the top and took that, which is, I mean, you can put the score to Andy because he's just generating 2 extra VP per turn.
Yeah.
From being near those 2 objectives, so that like More Crush is just playing a vital job in just scoring in VP.
And at the minute he's got those 2 objectives, so he's scoring the bonus points for holding the opposites.
Yeah, absolutely. And Catcross there actually finally into the Ard boys, along with the Mortec as well, hopefully taking them out. Whether or not they will is the actual question. The Mortec guard rolled a double 1 charge. Oh, so he really wanted to get more attacks into that unit, but he didn't get them in at all. Instead, he's...
How much damage can Catacross do?
Huh? Oh, okay, so how much damage can Catacross do? Not enough.
No.
Not enough. However, on actual table 1 in the
On
plains,
actual table 4!
Ah.
So close!
on
And
table 4
In the Amber Plains.
in the Amber Plains. In the Amber Plains, Gotrek has done. Croak has done exactly what we expected, and he's just teleported away.
Is he over there?
Yeah, he's gone.
It's
Yeah.
just like
He's
that.
gone over there. He just zipped over. He's gone. Do you know what? I've had enough
I
of this.
would like to see Darren's face right now. Like
So close.
literally triggered.
So close. That's outrageous. Outrageous. How close he got there. And he summoned more skinks. Are you sick of skinks? Because now they're summoning skinks.
Wow.
There we go.
Just keep throwing out skinks.
That's all you do. So it's just keeping Croak alive. If he keeps Croak alive till the end of this, I think he deserves a bit of a clap.
We'll give him a little round of applause.
Yeah, a bit of a clap.
And 1 point.
Yeah, that's all he'll be allowed. Yeah, big shout out to Crazy Horse who's just in the chat for sending us this terrain. The Amber Plains, sponsored by Crazy Horse. Yeah, Crazy Horse. Yeah, they're all... actually, table 1, if we jump over to Caverns Gasmore very quickly, all have been sponsored and produced by Dark Fantastic Mills. You can get that stuff available at his website. And table 3 is Studio Urswood stuff. That is, you can get Benjamin to paint you models because he's a commission painter, and also possibly build you terrain. But you can't buy it because it's stuff that I think he found by the sea.
Well, you can't buy it because each piece is intricately hand built.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you want that terrain, he might be able to build you terrain that's similar, but we'll never see the same terrain built again.
Yeah, never again. Never again. It's unique in all the world. Absolutely. Okay, so on table 3 here in the Urswood, the Tidecaster has died.
I'm surprised the Tidecaster lived that long.
Yeah, same. I agree.
I forgot I was even there.
The real question is he going to try and mortal wound off the Chaos Lord and Karkatrak and actually electrocute him this time?
It would be the sensible option, I think. I mean, he's fighting first, but he did no wounds last time.
So then one. So he fought Bellicor first and has done 1 wound to Bellicor. So just one.
Did Bellicor teleport? How did Bellicor get that far up the board?
Bellicor was always there. Bellicor was here and then moved up. Okay. And now the Eels into the Karkatrak. We're going to stay with this combat because I'm actually very excited.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited to see if the Karkatrak goes down because he's just seen off Volturnos in like what is... Because this guy could get promoted to a Demon Prince at some point. Oh, okay. All right. So let's see what he does. Let's see if he can take him out. Because Chaos Lord Karkatrak's got 2 wounds left. And and if he lives, he deserves a Chaos name. He's like, Fish Slayer.
Fish Slayer.
Oh, come on. Look at it. Like, next time when we see him on the board in the next round, he's now Fish Slayer. Fishmonger's also a terrible name. I'm not calling him Fishmonger.
Well, what does Volturnus? It's Seahorse Slayer. It's
Yeah.
a Seahorse.
Oh, that doesn't sound equally as good.
Papa Seahorse, we'll call it.
Papa Seahorse. Okay, the Chaos Lord's name is now officially Papa Seahorse.
There
everyone.
we go.
Congratulations.
Unless anyone in the chat has a better example, but it's gonna be pretty good to beat that.
Oh, he's gonna make all of the eels his fishwives. That'd be good. Hasn't died yet. He's taken 1 wound.
What? He had 2 left, I think.
Dan's got to be like, oh, so he's now being zapped. Scribbler, thanks for subscribing. Oh, he's.
I think he'll live.
He's alive. Oh no, he's alive. But the mortal wounds back from being hit have killed an eel.
Dear me.
So he is still alive.
I think that Chaos Lord on Carcatrap might win Rick the game, I think. Because taking Volturni out, huge.
Huge, because he would have had +3 attacks on those attacks alone, not including the other attacks he would have had. So +3 attacks on everyone around him, and the Carcatrap would have been dead. Oh, jumping over onto table 4, the Amber Plains, Croak, good guy Croak, bad guy Croak here has died to other Croak. He's been slain.
So that means now, so Darren was saying that his Croak was the good guy Croak, but that means now,
thank you,
that James's Croak can claim to be the good guy Croak.
It's
like an evil twin story. Now James, so next game that means Darren is the evil.
Yeah, so
Seraphim.
next game Darren's evil Croak.
Yeah, bad guy Croak.
Bad guy Croak. And James is good guy Croak. And in this situation, by the way, he was killed by the Stegodon. Stegodon with his Sky Street Bro, which does do 9 damage. Yeah.
Pew!
Yeah. Pew pew. So yeah, that's official now. Next game, we got to remember that.
Yep.
That's fun. Good guy Croak, bad guy Croak. There we go, getting into it. And the Skinks are going in now. What I like is James Hobbs is like, nah, I'm not letting this game finish. I'm letting it go.
And never can. Never can. Never a quitter.
Never a quitter. He's not letting it finish. We need to make sure that the players and we know the round timer. There's not long left. There was 30 minutes to go a while ago.
So I reckon we're on about 20 minutes, but we'll see.
We'll find out from our table bosses in a moment. There's 20 minutes left of the round.
Oh, got that spot on.
Perfect. We're gonna find out exactly what. Make sure all the players know, because some of these games will need to wrap up. They're moving into the turn 3. I'm worried about table 3. I'm gonna make sure their game gets finished, but we're not giving them extra time. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's pick up that pace, gents.
Yeah.
Let's pick up
There's
that
less
pace.
models now. People should be moving faster.
So there's 20 minutes left. And then on table 1, let's go over to table 1 and find out what's happening there. I'm excited to see how this game is turning. Actually, table 1. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see. Okay, so table 2. If we just go to table 2 for a moment, has been called. Table 2 is over, as you can see. Has been called 100%, and it's gone to Chris. Chris has got the we've got a graphic.
Look at that!
Oh, that looks
Did
great.
you know that was coming?
Did not.
Even better! It's a surprise for the viewers. It's a surprise for the hosts.
It's a surprise for everyone. There you go. 14-11.
I think for me, like, Ethan did all right to hold on in that, because I think from fairly early on, there was part of me that was just like, he's lost this. And when he gave away that turn and none of us knew what the hell was happening, like...
Oh, so we're just finding out. So had he won priority 3, he could have gone 17-6 ahead.
Okay, so that's what he was playing for, I guess.
Yeah.
He was playing to double turn. Okay. Oh, yeah, because he dropped those heart renders down, so that's what he was doing, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The auxiliaries. So the icons mean the auxiliaries. That's what they mean on there. So you can see on all the players right now. So you can see Speckles versus Andy. You can see what auxiliaries are available on the left. just to give you a run through of what's happening. The little arrows down just here. Those are the command points available, and then these are summoning points available as well. So like they're the same on all of the overlays for you guys. No, it's fine. Okay. So over table 1, Speckles has the OCR Bone Reapers. Andy's played a blinder. That 4-up really brought the game back for him.
The 4-ups kind of flipped that game, but it's interesting, isn't it? Because we're on turn 3 and Speckles has pulled it back quite a bit on score.
Yes, 14-13.
So the score's really close.
So the Arcan has killed the weird boy that was holding this objective at the back. So that objective at the back is now is done with, which is useful. However, he's wondering whether or not he can run these guys.
This is the problem, isn't it? This 4-up allowed all of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's huge. That 4-up is just like absolutely massive.
I think without that 4-up, he'd lost. Like they could have called it there almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
That 4-up, complete game changer.
So Andy has one priority going into this turn. So Andy has one priority.
Yeah, let's watch that Maw Crusher not kill Arcan.
Yeah. So he's one priority, and he is now. So it's 14-13 to him. So he's in a dominating position. He's still got all those Ard boys, and Catacross and those Mortek have to fight there. Those Mortek are probably going to lose that fight over time. And he's going to bring the Maw Crusher over to beat up Arcan, I imagine. And I think this is all Andy's. Now. Like Speckles lost like 2 key pieces really in that army, that Big 10 block. That's 17-inch charge that we saw earlier.
Yeah. I mean, that was huge.
We've seen some crazy dice today.
But crazy dice is the best bit.
Huh?
Love me some crazy dice.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best bits. And that's almost one of the best bits about this. So for anyone that has joined us recently, these 2 here are 2 dice trays so you can see what people are rolling. I just think it adds to a bit more excitement.
Yeah, I know, I agree with you, absolutely.
I know that's why they're there, but I'm just pointing
out. Okay, alright, well, the Maw Crusher is going in now, and it is going to do some... will it kill Arcan? Because it couldn't previously kill the... even the Death Riders, or it took it a while to kill the Death Riders at least. So we'll see if in this situation it's going to be able to actually kill Arcan. Maybe not. He's taken some wounds. I think he's only taken the 1 wound now. Is that right at this stage? So he's only taken that 1 wound. So there's loads to play, and look at him stringing out there trying to score the objectives. So no damage on Arcan and
1 on the Maw Crusher.
1 on the Maw Crusher. 1 on the Crusher. And the Maw Crusher's base is big enough to get extra VPs on 2 objectives. It is. So is Teclis's in the future.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But all of the lists at input actually surprisingly monster light.
Okay.
Generally, you don't tend to often see behemoths unless they are special characters. Generally in Age of Sigmar, which is what.
It's a shame because this could have so many Gorgons.
Yeah. Okay, so just jumping over to table 3 now on the Urswood. We've heard from Dan that he's now no longer playing to win, but he is playing to maximise his auxiliaries. Yeah. So as you can see, both players have scored an auxiliary each. The one Dan has scored is Pillage in the left. We could bring up the if you've got the audio underneath, you could bring up the. Okay, so if he kills the Chaos Lord and Karkadrak, Rick doesn't score prize possession.
Okay.
That's what he's got.
So he's now... What he's now realised is what we realised a little while ago. Oh, there we go.
There you go. So those are what all the objectives mean here and what they've selected, so you can tie that in. So then what we're going to be able to do... we'll put those on the website. You guys can see what they mean. So then over the weeks, you can all learn and you can find out exactly what everything does. And we can all be in it together, which is nice. We'll put that up as a link in the chat at some point soon, if that's okay with you guys. If that's okay? Only one. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Or should we give him a link or not? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So the Chaos Lord and Karkadrak has to live. To live so that Rick doesn't get his secondary. So
Rick does get his secondary. That's what.
No, doesn't. No, it has. Oh no! If he lives, Rick gets his secondary.
Yeah.
If he dies, he doesn't.
So Dan's
get his
trying to
secondary.
prevent that.
Oh, if he dies, Dan gets his secondary as well. So it's a big swing. So he's only playing now to maximise the secondaries because he can't win the game. How big's that?
Huge.
Pretty important. So it looks like that's also going to be another win for the Bruces on this match. So I think they're clean slating it round one.
Yeah, unless somehow Speckles pulls it out the bag.
I don't see that happening either. So yeah, in this situation, so it's definitely over on boards 2, 3, boards 2 and 4. The main mission is over on board 3, which is the one we're looking at now. It's just down to secondaries, and then on table 1, I'm almost certain that's over as well, because as you can see here, Speckles doesn't have much left. Arkan has got protection of the gash on him. Okay,
so he got hit.
So he got hit, and then he would have been hit. Very interesting. This is a really interesting combination between two great spells. So he's got protection of the gash on him, and the Maw Crusher has to do mortal wounds. Well, he has to do impact hits. He's done mortal wounds. He's failed some of those 5-up saves, and then before he's elected to attack, because they happen in different stages, he's then teleported away.
I liked it.
Oh, Crazy Horse! Thanks for donating all the subscriptions to the chat, and thank you to everyone for joining us live today. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. We obviously have 2 more rounds for you today here at the tSports Arena. Me and James will be taking you through the whole day, us and the table bosses. So I hope you see it and see who the winners are between the Bruces and the Troll Slayers. The first match of stage 1 of the Super Series for the big prize. Yeah, for the big prize.
So what do you think? Do you think at this point Speckles doesn't have enough left to keep his lead, or to push back? I guess because he's lost by one.
No, I mean, Arkan nipping away was hilarious. Like, I love that move. Like, had I not watched 30 Yard Boys come back, Gotrek make a 13-inch charge, a Karkadrak just wipe out 3 units of heals on his own, and Volturnus, I'd be like, that's actually an awesome play. But right now, we've just had 4 great games. I don't really know what the plays are at this point. But I don't think it's going to change the shape of the game. He's just one model at the end of the day. And really, what Andy's done here, I mean, if you look at these 2 bricks of 10 hard boys, which is 20 wounds each, they've never even been touched.
No.
They've not been.
Just hanging out.
And it's played, we're going to see Andy's list play this way for most of the event.
Yeah.
It's just going to teleport, brick stuff in, keep stuff safe. I think it's going to be interesting going into the pairings for round 2 to see who plays who and if you end up with any like rematches.
Yeah, because I think the worst thing for this giant block of hard boys would to be shot by 80 skinks.
Yeah. Oh well, no. Yes. Yeah. It would be really interesting to see James actually get a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which he didn't really get. We didn't really power up to in this turn at all. The best play in this game is roll of 4+. I mean, it's a good play.
Yeah.
It's a good play.
But it's 50-50.
But he also designed the list to do specifically this one job.
Yeah. And I think, like, what he probably wouldn't have expected was for that unit to initially go in, do its job, and kill, like, 3 horses. Yeah. Because it should hit most things hard. And it did nothing. And I know it was at -1 to hit, but we saw it do very little. And then it's interesting, isn't it? Because actually when it died and came back, because it then didn't have the -1 to hit on, it suddenly did its job.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy 1080. Oh, big shout out to my Australian brother. Thank you for donating some gift subscriptions in the chat and for just being a general awesome human being. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. What's everyone's favourite match of the day?
Yeah, so far. What's everyone's been
what's yours?
Most exciting round 1? I think Dan's game. Dan versus who do we have? Rick? Slaves to Darkness.
Oh yeah.
Slaves to Darkness. Down with Eels. I think so table
3.
Table
the Urswood.
3 in the Urswood. I think it's probably been the most interesting.
Oh really?
I think it's been a really interesting dance.
I agree with you. Yeah, there's been a lot of playing in this list. Rick's list specifically plays a lot like that, so it's quite interesting to watch it because the thing about the Eel list, it doesn't have a lot of nuance. Yeah. It just does the thing. It's like, there you go, it just does the thing, and then you just watch it repeat itself time and time again. So ultimately, over time, you just see it repeating itself. Whereas I think you've got some options really in where it'd be interesting to see if Dan and Rick ever played against each other if he's just going to completely commit on that Chaos Lord at Carcadrag.
Yeah.
Like 12 eels. He's just like,
Well,
you're dead.
Well, it's also super interesting, isn't it? Because he obviously put Volty in and didn't activate him first because he thought the eels would do more. They did nothing.
Yeah.
And then Volty got absolutely annihilated. Whereas actually it had been interesting because if he'd have known that, like, did he know how much damage that Karkarak can do? Because if not, and he put him in, is part of him now like, I can do no damage? Like, I've literally got all these CP wasted. I've got a hero wasted. My turn 3 is, probably half less effective.
Yeah, absolutely. So, should we do a recap of all the games to catch up anyone who's late?
Yeah, let's
and
do
what's
it.
going on?
So let's start from table 1, which is
Caverns of Gasmore.
Cool.
So take you through what happened here. Speckles got the first turn and he chose the turn, pushed out a little bit and pushed some Death Riders here. Andy then teleported a big brick of 30-yard boys, charged into the 10 Death Riders and a Maw Crusher into 5 Death Riders. Didn't kill the 5 Death Riders.
No, didn't do anything.
Didn't kill and barely killed any of the 10 Death Riders. The block of 10 Death Riders. Speckles then retaliated, and then eventually you saw all of the Uruk-Ard boys die. However, in a major move, Andy rolled a 4-up, which was hilarious. He then he put all 30-yard boys back on the board. He teleported a War Chanter, gave him +1 damage, charged him in, killed all 10 of the Death Riders.
Rolled a 17-inch charge.
Rolled a 17-inch charge, wiped that unit out. Absolutely. And then the Maw Crusher finally killed this unit of 5 Death Riders at the same time. And now I think we're just in the dying dregs of this game where it's just rattling it out. And they've just finished this combat on this turn. And yeah, just Catacross left to go, and then that turn, that one's done. Over on table 2 in Lotan's Ossuary, this is a weird game, wasn't it? Realistically, Chris. So Ethan got the first turn, took Marathi, made a big, moved her in the center, moved the Daughters of Cain. Sister Slaughters here,
behind her.
And the Blood Sisters over here. Had some Witch Elves blocking. Then all the Eels came in, took out the.
Just annihilated Witch Elves.
Just took out Witch Elves, absolutely, and three of them took out most of the Sisters of Slaughter, which was pretty devastating. Then it just got a bit strange because Ethan gave away a turn.
Yeah.
And then what happened was we had 9 Eels kind of going to the Blood Sisters at the back.
Yeah.
And then take out this center, or take out all the Blood Sisters. The Prime came down, also ended up taking out some of the Blood Sisters, and then it just didn't really have anything left.
No.
Which is kind of, Marathi didn't really have any play in that game, which is a bit sad because I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
Big fan of
Yeah,
that.
we didn't. Well, I think we didn't probably see most of Ethan's army do anything because it just got hit and died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, agreed. Over on table 4, we'll do that quick because that one's a bit easier than going on to table 3 because we're just winding that out. So yeah, on table 4, Darren basically just took 30 skinks, ran them that way. 40 skinks. No, 40 skinks ran them that way. 40 skinks buffed them all, made them run, charge, put Gotrek and Croak in the middle. He wiped out most of this flank. He took out all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Razordons, the other block of 40 skinks, some characters.
Yep.
Then he took out another block of skinks here.
Yep. And some Razordons.
Razordons. And then in James Hobbs' first turn, he did a bit of shooting back. He lost some Pterodons himself in his own turn. The big thing here, Gotrek made big 13-inch charge into Croak. Didn't kill him. Croak then teleported over here, and then the Skink Chief on Stegodon fired his Sky Streak bow, took out the bad Croak, as he's now known.
He's now the bad guy.
He's now the bad Croak. He's out. Pretty exhilarating game, but unfortunately Darren was so up on points so early by taking out so many other units, right?
Yeah.
This is not the last game of the day. This is the first game of the day. And then, so there's 2 more rounds. And now on table 2, table 3. So sorry. On table 3.
We've got Dan who's playing for them for secondaries.
Yeah, Dan who's playing for secondaries, and that's it. So we're just waiting for that. Table boss, what's the call on table 1 saying? That's the real question. Table 1.
So in the Caverns of Gasmore, where are we at?
Yeah, that's the question we're going to find out now from everyone. I hope everyone's enjoyed the first match.
Yeah.
We'll get better. We'll get slicker as we go. Not bad so far. It gave Croak the bad touch. It was fun. Yeah, so table 1, we're going to find out exactly where their match is at. Because it's just this combat to go, and then I think Okay, so it's just getting done, and then we'll have the scores updated.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, we can.
But I think what we're going to see is a Bruce wipe.
We have a round 1 smash for the Bruces. That's pretty nuts. And you got to say though, some of the players there were pivot games, weren't there? Where I don't think anything that happened in Chris's game against Daughters of Cain on table 2 was ever going to change shape.
Yeah.
However, and same in Darren's game versus James. I think that was always going to go the way it went.
Yeah.
However, table 1, that 4 up for those 30-yard boys,
Yeah.
massive. And table 3, that Chaos Lord and Karkadrak taking out Volturnus,
Yeah, huge.
So it was those swing points where 2 of those games could have gone a different way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could have gone a different way. So the colours are reversed there. So blue, which is the Bruces, and red, which is the other guys, the Troll Slayers. So they're going to be looking for vengeance in the next round.
Yeah.
Do we think it's the matchups? That's the real question.
Maybe. We're going to find out next round.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So hold on. We're just going to go back to table 4. It's okay. We'll work it out. We'll go back to table 4. So they're just... So we'll go to... They're going to rework it out, the score.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm guessing that's the amount of summoning output.
Yes. Okay. So because of that, so let me tell me what's happened on table 4, real quick.
We're more shocked than you.
So what's happened on table 4 is because where they are at in the game, go on. So they're at the bottom of 3. Darren would have been tabled, and so then what would have happened is James had enough bodies on the board to score all the objectives and take everything. So that early alpha was great, but it's the summoning that Croker's been able to do.
So basically, Go Trek. So we're talking about pivotal moments. Go Trek, fighting twice, not killing a Croak, Croak popping off.
Wow, yeah, that's massive. Yeah, that's
the game.
Yeah, because there's still 2 turns left. So if you guys are wondering, so he can just fill the board and score everything. So actually, Darren goes down on points at that point, and Clean's just been tabled. So amazing. That would have been a great game to watch, and actually not what I thought at all. So it's 3-1 to the Bruces.
Yes.
3-1 to the Bruces with Darren losing the Seraphon mirror match because he didn't have enough bodies.
Yeah.
Is he upset that he's got that 500-point commitment in
520
point commitment in
How many skinks is that? About another 94.
It's plenty. All right, let's wrap this show up, Scrivo. Let's bring it back to the booth and we'll say goodbye. Yeah, perfect. We'll say thanks. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Rob, James. Welcome to the tSports Network. I hope you guys enjoyed the first
ever.
4 games. First time we've ever done that as well.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Hopefully as good for the viewers as for us.
I enjoyed it. There were some pretty fun moments, right? So you guys join us to find out what the scores were precisely from the last round at the start of the next round. You'll see that. Obviously, there's also the pairings to talk about as well. New matches. All those armies are going to be playing again on different boards. Well, maybe on different boards.
Maybe on different boards. Terrain will move.
Terrain will move because it's a different battle plan. And we've got all that to sort out now. You guys enjoyed it. Well, that's a positive. Okay. Well, you're going to get to see it 3 more times today.
Yep.
So
2 more times today.
2 more times today.
Let's not do more work.
Okay, and we've just heard from table 3, Slaves to Darkness win. So that is a 3-1 to the Bruces. 3-1, pretty massive. Okay, you got. So you guys are great. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys in the exact time is 1 o'clock. So 35 minutes. 35 minutes. Okay?
Cool.
So we see you guys soon. Have a nice day. Well, come back in 35. Get a cup of tea. Don't go anywhere.
Come back.
Yeah, come
Leave
back.
Leave it running.
Yeah, let's go. Right, see you guys soon.